Oh, probably gonna use this for. That's fine. This is actually pretty loud. I was trying a new keyboard, but that's a new, like old. For online games yesterday, it was fine, but it's very loud for the stream. Right, let me just, so for the people that were watching the Elves video, if you wanted to see the conclusion of that match, the video is on demand, clearly. But yeah, right now we are moving towards Jeskai Tempo. Probably one of my favorite decks in Modern, not necessarily because it's good, but because I enjoy playing it. Right, so we got the announcement out there, we got chat going, so hi chat. Right. Okay, so no, I'm not taking today off. I put the vodcast basically just to try seeing how it would go if I like do the vodcast first and then start the stream later. Yeah, I'm taking the first day I'm taking off, like every day has been like in a row. The first day I'm taking off is this Friday. So yeah, so I'm doing Jeskai Tempo today, Green Black Tron Wednesday. Thursday I'm doing the FERC community choice deck, so during the stream I'll listen to suggestions. And then after that, I have that weekend I am not available so to stream. So Friday, so that's going to be like, yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I'll be back to streaming on next Tuesday. But yeah, we have the next few days, and we have a... oh my God. Yeah, and let me get some music on, even. There we go. Right. So, and today we have one of my favorite decks in Modern, in Jeskai Tempo. I think it's I really like this deck. Like, this is a deck like I used to play in Modern a lot, but that's like back in 2012, and the format has massively changed since then. I don't think this deck is good anymore, if I'm honest. But I will have a lot of fun playing it no matter what. This is like the type of deck I absolutely enjoy playing. Like Snapcaster Mage, all flash decks like this are super fun. So this version is like custom. You won't really find it like this. So I'll kind of walk through like my decisions for this version, and yeah, you can make your own decisions from there. We're playing 24 lands in the meta base. So I've seen some 7-0 the 7-0 list that ran 22. That seemed a little too low for me. I guess you could like run like 4 Ops and 4 Serum Visions and 22 lands. That's like an option. I'd rather run more natural lands because we have a ton of free drops, which I'll get into. And yeah, but what I did was I put more utility lands. So Field of Ruin is not really played in this deck. And I wanted to try 2 to give me that edge in control matches and against the Tron decks. Like even just 1 turn against a Tron deck might be more than enough. Field of Ruin also synergizes quite well with like the 1-mana spells in your deck. Although it's really awkward with the fact that you can, you know, you need, like they're all different colors. But yeah, it's fine. Then yeah, that's the mana base. All fetch, because we're playing Field of Ruin as our utility land. We need basic lands, which means like one of the utility lands is the basic mountain. Yeah. So Jeskai, no, because like Jeskai Tempo for me is like, what is the like? Are you winning the long or the short game? This deck wins the mid game. Basically, you're playing Spell Queller and Snapcaster Mage. Along, like when you're playing Spell Queller, you're a tempo deck. Like you're not playing this card in control. Like if you're playing the control version of this deck, you don't run Spell Queller and you probably don't run Cleat. You just run Snaps and more alternative win conditions like Sphinx's Wrath and Ajani Vengeance. The key for me is like that you have access to 4 Quellers. That like makes you a tempo deck. So basically the aim is on turn 1 and 2 do whatever you can to stop what your opponent's doing, or play a search for a Scant on turn 2. And then from turn 3 onwards, just like unleash awfulness for your opponent where they can't really play around almost anything, because you have like Snap with a bunch of 1-mana spells, which is really powerful. Spellcaller like gets quite a few cards in Modern. I think this is like one of the best Modern cards that people aren't playing enough of. And then you have 2 Vendilion Cliques as an additional flash threat. I think the cost as well of playing the list as I am is I'm playing only 1 Electrolyze. I think if my sideboard was less diverse and like more centered, I would play a second clique on the board into Electrolyze main, because this card is really good. We're also only playing free Helix. But I think that's okay. We also have free Cryptics. Like basically, the aim of this deck is control the first 2 turn, first turn, second turn. Then tempo out your opponent with Snapcaster Mage and Spell Qualist for turns free plus. And then win, because like this makes your Colonnades much better, since you're not usually when you activate Colonnade, you're going in for the kill. Alternatively, you can use Search for Scanner to just get a bunch of burn spells and get there. We also play free Cryptics for the top end. As for the sideboard, I've gone for like a variety of weird cards and plans. There's 2 Geists. I don't like the Geist main deck because it goes totally against what the rest of your deck's plan is. As in, like, all you want to do is just pass the turn. And like Geist doesn't allow you to do that. So, and like the thing is, like, you're not going to be faster than most decks in Modern on average. So like playing the Geist of Saint Trap isn't helping you bridge that gap. You need to like really be able to stop everything your opponent's doing as a plan, rather than like try to outrace them, which is possible, of course, but I would rather just play Snapcaster, Spellcaller, stop incidental damage, and Bolt Snap Bolt, and like that's how you want to win. Geist is a really good post-board card, though, of course. Like there are some decks that are just really cool with this card, so I'm happy with 2 in the board. Till the Record is just kind of spicy tech I've seen. Pretty good against, yeah. Cryptic Command is in the land section. That is true. That is a... I will change that now. Thank you for noticing. I normally try to avoid these problems, but yeah. Cryptic Command is so good it might as well be a land, I guess. No, I'm joking. Okay, let me just generate a new version of that. That'll be easy. Right. Then we have some utility cards. So we have a Wear Tear, a Celestial Purge, Dispel. Those, like, for me are utility cards. Like, they're like 1-for-1 answer for kind of specific permanents or problems, like Dispel, you know. Right. Okay, so then you have like your brutal answer cards. Sorry. So Rejection is also in this category of Dispel. It's just an efficient answer card against specific matchups. We also play Disdainful Stroke. I want free Ceremonious Rejection. It's just that like Valakut is a deck, and we need a slot for it. So Disdainful Stroke kind of fills both roles. Then you have Explosives, which is just a value card, and then you have like your free main packages. Surgical, like Stony Silence is just a brutal hit card against like Tron Lantern, etc. To be honest, I would probably run 2 Stony Silence in any Jeskai deck. It's just I'm trying a lot of different cards. I think after the stream I'll tell you what I didn't like and then run a second Stony. There's 1 Surgical in here. 1 is okay because you have Snapcaster Mage and like there are decks that it's great against. And we also have Ghost Quarter plus 2 Field of Ruins. So against Tron decks you can board in the Surgical and like aim to hit the Tron piece with your Surgical and win that way. We also board in, that Ghost Quarter, get the additional land in there for like control matchups, and it's good against Tron too, obviously. And then you have Crucible World, which is value against like decks that are trying to disrupt our mana base, plus us trying to disrupt theirs. Crumble being against more like the Tron decks, etc. So we're gonna give this a whirl. I'm gonna just update the deck list. Thank you for pointing out that it was wrong. There are vocals in this. Let me change. Song was also mediocre. Right. Let's add the new list, the new and not incorrect list. Yeah. For what it's worth, I really hate Geist of Saint Traft in the main deck of like these decks, because like it's just not a very good main deck card based on what you're trying to do. Like, there are some matchups where it's great, but I mean, like, it's very, like, all your other cards apart from Lightning Helix maybe are not like spells. Like, that's the thing is main deck your matchup dependent cards are like Spell Snare and Lightning Helix. Like, Path is technically, but like the matches where like Path is bad, like Path is way too efficient. So, but yeah, Spell Snare and Helix are your like semi matchup dependent cards. Everything else has utility. So like, yeah. So we don't want to add more like cards that are like we're not sure if they're good or not. But Post-War Geist is really good, so I'm happy to have it for that reason. We're just gonna run this for a league now. I haven't played Jeskai Tempo in a long time, actually. I hope we do well with it, because it's a super fun deck. Let me skip this. This is much better. I like the music from the Mega Man X series, but some of these, a lot of the remix, like the OC remix albums are very hit and miss, I find. Some of this stuff is awesome, though. This is a nice one. Anyways. Right, so this has a keep. You want to get the free lands, but we have opt. The only thing I'm considering here is like, what's my turn 1 land, what I'm trying to do, etc. So this is actually a pretty tough one, mostly because we basically have to. Oh, we have a message. Yeah, we have to think about like what to fetch, and we want this to be a white land for sure. So I think our best opener is to go Steam Vents untapped, because we want to opt. Kind of like anything is good here, just to land, just to like cycle for a deck. And then we have the access to Lightning Bolt too, and then post the next turn we can just play Scalding Tarn and choose whether to like do the remainder, negate, or path. So I'm gonna keep pay 2 life for Steam Vents. Shock Trooper only plays 1 deck. I'm not gonna use that information. I don't think it's educational to do so. I don't mind like looking up deck lists when you really have no clue what's going on, but I don't want to know like what my opponent plays before I play them for, you know. I think that's like the same basically as sniping, and since for this series we kind of want to be educational, I don't want to like look up what they're playing and like, you know, make all my decisions based on that. Like if they're on burn, like okay, fine. Like we took 2 damage we shouldn't have taken. I'm gonna accept that. The reason we are okay with firing opt is like we want a land pretty hard, and we also get information on what the matchup is like very fast. So yeah, we're basically keeping any land and trying to think of what spell I would keep. I would keep Search for Ascanta here. Okay, so they get Island. Right, so our hand's probably not very good against basic islands. Yeah. Spellston is hard because like we do have the gate though, so if our opponent does like jam a search, we have an answer. So I'm gonna bottom this. Okay, I'm not a big fan of insulting your opponent usually. Like the reason we're running opt is because is not because the card is better than. Oh, he runs Bluetron. What the hell is this? Yeah. The reason we're running opt is because we don't know what our opponent necessarily is going to be on, and I don't like. Yeah, we're gonna get a Hallowed Fountain here. Is because like it's the opportunity cost, right? Like if you're passing the turn with Snapcaster Mage, we're playing the most expensive spell here, by the way, just to get it out of the way. Since our opponent's on Bluetron, if our opponent Remands here, it's not like the end of the world. Or Condescends, whatever. Like sure, you can Condescend that. I don't really care. I guess they scry too, but like yeah, they bottom both cards. Right. So now we have Spell Queller that can kind of get anything. Right. The reason we're playing opt is because you want to like be able to Snapcaster and pass. And like you could like technically do like Serum Visions on turn 3, but yeah. So here we're gonna bolt to like open up the opportunity for Snap Bolt. Yeah, so sorry, right. The reason we're running up is you want the opportunity with Snapcaster Mage to be able to kind of do anything. We're paying life here because life totals don't matter too much, and you want access to Cryptic. Yeah. Okay. So our opponent's gonna keep counter magic up. We're not gonna do anything for now. We're just gonna pass. Yeah. So sorry again. Opt is basically because you want to go turn free, pass, and then be able to like opt if there's nothing, or lightning bolt with a snap if it's a need. Okay, so first for knowledge, I could cryptic this, or I could spell queller it. I like keeping the spell queller, but it's actually kind of tough because spell queller. It's actually really hard for opponent to kill spell queller. And Cryptic Command has a utility and it can counter big spells, so I'm okay with a spell queller here to kind of stop this first. They shouldn't have... Blue Troll doesn't usually have too much removal. They might have Dismember. Dismember would actually be pretty awkward for us. But not much else is. Or Spatial Contortion? Okay. Yeah, the spatial contortion there was kind of unfortunate. Mind Sever, yeah. Okay. I don't know if like the Queller here is very good. Like they normally have some removal. Right, and the other thing is we could have had Spell Queller with Negate backup, which is the other reason I wasn't sure. But yeah, now we don't have a threat. Not gonna pay life since we're basically locked to one spell. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Like if we maybe should have crypticed just for the sequencing purpose of like if we draw a land. It's kind of tough. Okay, so here opponent's gonna go for Walking Ballista. That's totally fine. They're keeping like mana up for like stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we have Field of Ruin. Okay, we're gonna play Field of Ruin. Just pass here. We're gonna hit whatever this Trump piece is. Right. Gemstone Caverns. Okay, well, we're not hitting that. Right, so here, take the damage. It's a bit awkward that our opponent has Walking Ballista and we used up our removal, but I think that's part of me not knowing the match. I don't want to have to exile this Walking Ballista. Might have to. Let's see. I don't want my opponent having a second blue mana right away, so I'm okay with like keeping this path for later. Oboro. Okay. I can take this damage. And then see what happens here. Pathing is awkward. Our opponent has 7 cards. Let's do it now. I don't think we can take like another hit like this, so this is kind of awkward. Yeah, so they remove a counter. They repeal their own Ballista. I could not care less. I really could not care less. Right, so now we have Enduring Clique. Because we have Cryptic Negate, I'm just gonna pass here, and we're gonna Clique End Step if we need to. Yeah. Right, Talisman's fine. Our opponent's like getting to their mana without a need. Right, so here they don't play anything. What are they hoping? I have 6? Come on. Right, so they play Walking Ballista. I don't really want to Cryptic this, to be fair. I'm probably gonna just path it. Oh, wait, cancel. Like, if my opponent's using up cards on like paths and stuff, that's fine. Right? You don't want the land, you really want to deal me 1 damage. That seems better to you. Okay. The path resolves. I'm not convinced about that, but might be wrong. Probably should have kept blue-white instead of red for what it's worth. Right, so now our opponent's going to remand this, and we're gonna negate this remand. I could like just let this resolve, but I think the card draw is actually more relevant here. What is this, blue? Okay, Condescend for 2. Yes, I'll pay 0. Opponent's playing their cards aggressively. Okay, they topped. We're gonna Field of Ruin then, since they topped. Right, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the? Let's see. I kind of don't want to give them a card because they topped. So I have to like just basically think if I can beat this, and I think it's okay. I'll probably kill the Oboro here to make sure they don't have too much blue mana, but yeah, since towers, whatever. Okay. No, you can have those cards. It would be nice if it revealed them for me. I don't like how Moto makes it so that like those cards aren't revealed. Okay, so we have Treasure Mage, Sundering Titan, Treasure Mage, Sundering Titan, Condescend, X2. Opponent play. Basically, our opponent drew all their Condescends. That's why I think they don't mind. But yeah, I think we mistake with the Spell Queller sequence. It would have been more powerful to go for Cryptic there, since our opponent can't really punish us much, since they're like a piece off. Like, yeah, we get to kill this Oboro. Like, our opponent can't still get their land, but it's okay. The Condescends are awkward for our Cryptic, but I think it's fine. Like, basically we can counter Sundering Titan if we need to. Be nice if my opponent passed the turn. Well, yeah. Hey, come on, you can play. Our opponent was fast the other turns, but yeah. Yeah, I think that was the miss sequence. I should have Cryptic the first of knowledge because they always played like Dismember, or in that case Facial Contortion, like some creature removal. And if I did that, like I would Spell Queller and then they would like try to kill it, we'd negate that. Like we Spell Queller like something. It could have actually been that, it probably wouldn't have been the Ballista, but yeah. But we would have had to draw the land. But if we don't draw the land, we still get the Spell Queller most things. It's just that like Cryptic Command is really good against almost their whole deck. That's one of the rationales you want to do it. They also have to kill on their own turn, which is not that great. Okay, so against my opponent, what do we want to board in? We'll probably want to board in Crumble. The guys seem very, very good. Rejections, Disdainful Stroke, Surgical, Crucible, Dispel. Wow, like, we have so many cards on the sideboard for this matchup. I guess we have to like remove a lot, so it's fine. I wouldn't board in Explosives. Stony Silence is good. Ghost Quarter is good. I don't want Settle. So yeah, like we're boarding in like 11, 12 cards. It's actually kind of unreal. Based on what they're playing, like they have Remand, which might be enough for our Spell Snare. We're probably gonna board out a bunch of the. We're gonna board out the Paths, the Helixes, the Electrolyze. Like I could keep a Path in to be fair, but we have rejections and stuff, so I think it's like if a creature resolves, it's just bad for us, I guess that way. But I don't want, like Path is so bad against them usually. I'd rather just like go on the mana denial plan. What is going on? Okay, so we're live on MTGO. Yeah, my opponent's a little slow. Hey. Like, I mean, they could just F6 here. That would be, like, at least a courtesy. Okay, cool. Right, so we have Snapcaster Mage. Right, so first we're going to attack with Indilling Plague. That's just easy. And then we're going to Field of Ruin because our opponent topped with Serum Visions. So we want to Field of Ruin because, yeah, our opponent topped. If our opponent goes for Treasure Mage, that's just kind of resolve. Kill this Oboro. Again, I don't want my opponent to have too much. Right, so my opponent clearly has more basics. We're gonna get an island. Right. Now we pass. Right, so our opponent's hand is 2 Condescends, a Treasure Mage, and a Sundering Titan, and an Unknown. The Unknown is random. Treasure Mage here will resolve because they have Condescends, so we're gonna have to just let this one go. Mindslaver? Okay, well that's not an acceptable card to see resolve. Okay, they drew Tolaria West, sure. Let's see, I could Snapcaster Mage here, but my opponent has Condescend. And they can make me pay. I'd rather not play Snap here. I'd rather keep it for shenanigans. We have Lightning Helix, that's actually pretty perfect. Can't lose the race this way. I was really shocked that my opponent like dealt me 1 damage with Ballista rather than get a land. The repeal made sense, because like you're trying to cycle for your deck, but like that was pretty weird. Right, so our opponent's gonna go for Sundering Titan. Which is... or Mindslaver? Okay, so they can Condescend for 2. I could Snapcaster Mage this one, or I could Cryptic. Our opponent has Sundering Titan in hand, and they have 2 Condescends. Let's see. If I Snapcaster Bolt, like, and Helix are like lethal, so I'm more a fan of going Cryptic Command, so card and target spell and draw a card. Oh, sorry. Then we're gonna lighten. Right, so we can kill our opponent. Okay, they can do it for 0. That's fine. Oh, they counter their. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So they counter their own spell, so we don't draw a card off the Cryptic Command. Right, so we don't want to like run the Condescend into the other card. Right, so yeah, we basically win here. I gotta kill them now, so they don't have a choice. Bolt you, Lightning Helix you. Sorry. And this happens a lot. You just burn them out. Right. Okay. So that was a pretty cool trick. Like just use Condescend so I don't draw a card. I like that a lot actually. That's usually like someone that plays their deck a ton that does those kind of plays. Okay, so we want Wear Tear, we want Surgical, we want Disdainful, we want the Spell. It's actually incredible how much our sideboard like works against them. This is kind of unreal. We don't want Paths. Spell Snare is okay. It gets Remand and Condescend. It doesn't get Condescend for 1, of course. Sorry. Let's just sort by converted mana cost and see. Crucible's very good against them. The Electrolyte's a little slow. Helix is go. Spell Snare gets Remand, but I don't actually like Spell Snare that much against them, but we are on the draw. Also, we have 25 lands. I'm going to board out a land. We have less red, so I'm going to board out as Steam Vents. We boarded in a Field of Ghost Quarter, that's why. The thing is, like, yeah, Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter still give them blue mana, and they can still get there, so we still have to put some kind of clock. We can board out 1 Bolt. I like having access to free, at least, to just put pressure. I could, like, go down to 2, but yeah. Like, I could just go full control mode. Geist is probably still good against them. Let's see. This is a ton of free drops, like, kind of an unreal number. Oh. This is a lot of frees. Maybe Geist isn't that good. I'll board in Geist on the play. I'd rather like stay at instant speed the rest of the time. But yeah, post board I'll board in the Geists. I think pre board it's a little dangerous to board this in, or hopeful. While like this we can kind of get there still. Right, so that should do it. Spell Snare also becomes worse, so we can cut one. Our opponent showed all the concentrics, like outside of countering, just like use it to dig, use it to counter your own spell so they don't draw off their cryptic or remand, and yeah, that kind of stuff was cool. They have Talisman of Dominance actually, so Spell Snare is good for that. Wow. One of the spoilers that came out was really cool. World Shaper. Let me just see if I can... Like, this just came out. It's a pretty powerful effect, potentially. But we had this with that card, the one from Eldritch Moon that like return all graveyard, all land cards from the graveyard. So I don't know how good this will be, but it's pretty cool. Come on, you can start the game. Okay, cool. This hand is really good. Just like Spell Snare plus Search. If our opponent like passes on turn 2, it's a bit awkward, but like, yeah. They're gonna play map here. If they pass on turn 2, I'm just gonna jam this Search through an Expedition map. Let me think here. We definitely need to get like a Steam Vents anyways, so I'm just gonna like play Scalding Tarn and pass, because we could Lightning Bolt them end of turn. Okay, so Chalice. Oh yeah, we're 100% getting rid of that. We want Steam Vents. Yes, that's what I said. Yeah, get rid of that. That card is not something I want to face ever. We're gonna take the risk and play Search here because we really need the land, and like we're never getting it. It's never gonna be better than this turn. Like, yeah, if our opponent plays a second Chalice, they play a second Chalice. Right, first turn knowledge. They have 2 Tron lands, which is not great for us, but yeah, it's what it is. We have 2 Tron lands and map going. We need to like Spellcall in the graveyard. Yes. Field of Ruin is pretty great here, actually. I'm gonna field now they start with Power Plant and they just played Mine. So I'm gonna like get this Mine out and then I'm gonna keep a blue up. It's pretty obvious, but well, actually, but like by default, we're almost always gonna do that. So yeah, we want to do this now because our opponent can't use the mana, most likely, and yeah, this allows us to make sure that they don't. Surgical Extraction Spellcaller. I guess. Like, I don't think that's what you should do if you're gonna play that card. Like, you get to see the Ceremonious Rejection in my hand, I guess, but like, now I have Snapcaster Mage. I mean, Spellcaller's good, but it's not like mandatorily necessary. We still have Snaps and Vendilion Cliques. Right, so like you just used up a card. Like if I draw Surgical, like you're basically out of the game. That's why I have that card. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah, so they get an island and now we ship. They do have the info, which is pretty useful for them, of course. Yeah. Right, so they crack map. Not much we can do about that. Just let this happen. Urza's Mine. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because if we get Surgical for their Mine, it's just awful. Right, so they know we have Rejection, so they don't want to run into that. We're gonna... Island is like a card we want. Kaiba kind of like we want to land, because like we definitely want to get to 4 mana. So I'm gonna like just keep the island. It's a bit awkward. Like it's not a card that's gonna be much more useful later, but we kind of need it this turn because now we can go rejection, snap, rejection. What is this? Tolaria West? Okay, well, we can't stop that, sadly. So they, like, get their Tron. We delay them by a turn, I guess. So it's not so bad. Tower? Okay. Well, now do I want to Bolt? I'll probably want a Lightning Bolt. It puts the card in my graveyard, and even though I can't Snap Bolt, it's okay. Right, so search for a Scanna, Lightning Bolt in the graveyard. Yes. We want to build our graveyard, that's perfect. Okay, we have Cleek, which I will play if our opponent does nothing, but most likely we're going to just unleash counter spells. If our opponent has like double counterspell and like a really key card, like, okay, they have double counterspell on a really key card. Right, what is this? Solemn Simulacrum? Like, they clearly have a card that like punishes me horribly for a counterspell. I don't know what it is though. Could it be? It could be Emrakul. That'd be really sad, but savage. But there's not much I can do about Emrakul. Okay. I'm happy running my Vendilion Clique out there. You got to start playing out cards. I could have gone Snap Bolt too. That's totally fine. But Vendilion Clique is kind of a threat. They don't know about it, which is why like Snap Bolt might have been better. But yeah. So they remand it here. That's fine. If they're going to use remand to counter my spells rather than return theirs, I'm actually pretty happy about that. Cryptic Command in the graveyard. Yes, because they have lots of mana, so we need something else. Flooded Strand, okay. Like, Flooded Strand is actually pretty good, because no matter what, we're gonna hit Search for Scanta. We don't have another Steam Vent, so I could get, like, the Sacred Foundry here, but yeah. Let's see what they do here. Chalice for 2. Chalice for 2 is kind of awkward. I think we have to counter this. We could Snapcaster Spell Snare if needed, so it's not so bad. Right, so yeah, Chalice for 2 we have to get rid of. There's zero choice about it. Now they have like 1,000 mana, but yeah. I don't know what they can do with it. That's the actual question I have. Right, so now we want a Vendilion Clique. Again, just try to jam through it. Like, if they're going to use their Romands on our Clique, I'm happy with that. Spatial Contortionate? Yeah, that's totally fine. Right, so their hand is... Right, so neither of these cards is what I would deem like acceptable in play. And they have tons of mana. So this is actually kind of a tough one, because they have access how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6. They could actually double spell us next turn. Although we have the counters. Like, you can see like how wrong it was for my opponent to remand this Vendilion Clique. They should have like remanded their own spell. This is actually kind of a tough one, but like I will have to get rid of one of those at some point. So I'd rather get rid of the... I guess I can't beat either card if it hits play. So like I just assume they can't hit play. I guess we get rid of the Ugin here. Yeah, let's get rid of the Ugin. So there's Sundering Titan and Sundering Titan, mine, and yeah, Ultimate get massively punished by Gift. I didn't know they ran a Gift on Given. Such is life. I don't know, like I still think I should get rid of that Ugin, but like, I could deal with like the what my opponent had, so maybe I shouldn't have, because like what I have already is good enough. Now they have 2 cards. This is gonna be a lot harder to beat. Yeah, that might have been wrong. At least we flip the Search for a Scanna most likely, since this is end of turn. They probably should get Relic of... Yeah, so they're just gonna go for value here. I can't give them the Snapcaster Mage because they have infinite mana. The counter magic's really frustrating too. Like, all of this is bad for me. I think the First for Knowledge is probably the card I'm okay with giving them the most. I don't want to give them the Remand because they can't return their own spells, so I'm gonna put the Snapcaster Mage and then Remand to the graveyard. So they have... Yeah, they have... okay, so they can first now. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's all like panned out pretty badly because I took a card with Clique. I wasn't certain. Yeah, and then like my opponent would have tried going for Gifts end of turn and like just jam spells. So they discarded Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah, that seems fine. It doesn't really do much now. We don't have that many white or red spells, so I'm totally fine like getting a Hallowed Fountain into play. Right, we just want as much blue mana as possible. Right, okay. So we get whatever card this is. We're gonna put the Plants to graveyard, of course. We're gonna transform, and we have lots of Snapcaster Mages, and we're gonna be needing them pretty hard here. It's gonna actually be really hard to stop a Sundering Titan because our opponent has infinite. Oh man, they have Tectonic Edge. Ugh. Oh, this is disgusting. We still have the mana, but this is actually really disgusting. Man, this really panned out. Maybe I shouldn't have taken a card with Clique because we could have beaten what my opponent had already, and they weren't doing anything that turn. So we could have just they could play both spells into our counters, and that's fine. Or we could like just search. Yeah. Well, I'm forced to counter this. The question isn't like. The question is like not whether I should or not. It's how. The problem is I only have, I need to stroke this, and then snap a rejection, probably. If our opponent's smart, they may actually knock on this end here. I maybe should, actually that was a mistake. I should have, snapped Spell Snared. Not Spell Snared, Rejection, because then they have to... They don't get the scry off the Condescent. Let me think here. We're definitely Snapcaster Maging. And I guess we have to get Rejection, so... Right, and this is where like their Surgical Extraction would have been useful. If they had not blown it on Spell Quellers. Like, if you're gonna board in Surgical, this is where it would have been useful. Really? You have a second one? I got, like, I got punished a little hard for all these plays. Like I should have, like, just left a Clique card, and then, like, it cascaded into Gift. Yeah, it cascaded into, like, Gift, into, resolving the First for Knowledge into, like, yeah, it's just awful for me. It was just horrible. We're gonna concede on this. Like, I got like punished a little too hard, I think, there. But whatever. Should have like left my opponent's Clique card. No, we can't win. My opponent has like tons of cards, and yeah, it's not happening. I was gonna concede here. I didn't like them blowing their first Surgical. I thought that was awful. We can play two guys though. They're basically unkillable. Spells. If they're playing, what's it called? Chalice. We need Spell Snares. Our deck is like already engineered to, yeah, get there. I don't know. Like, I really don't know about the Geist against them. They just don't have many creatures. So like, if I jam this on turn 3, when on their turn 2, it's actually pretty good, I think. What do I not want though? That's the problem. That's the actual problem. I could board out a Bolt, but I don't want to go below that many. I think with Remand and Chalice, I need to keep in Snares. Wear Tear gets us out of Chalice potentially. I guess like I would lose a Clique if I boarded in Geist just for mana purposes. Crucible is really good against them. Because you can just... I guess actually, wait. Chaining Ghost Quarters doesn't really work. Maybe Crucible is not good compared to Clique. I'd rather have a Fret, sorry. Tapping down turn free for Crucible is not going to win that match. But yeah, I was not convinced by our opponent's choice to play Surgical Extraction. I just don't think the card's very good. In the match, like, I think it's okay against Tron, but I think it's really bad against, like, the matchup we just faced. Like, it's just, like, what does it do? It got rid of some Squallers that we didn't have, so it was fine. I'm just not a fan of those cards, usually. Like, yeah. But that game we got punished, like, mega hard. Like, it's actually unbelievable how hard I got punished on that one. Like, the right decision with Clique was to leave the Clique, like, the cards in my opponent's hand, and then, like, my opponent, like, literally ripped Grift. Which is, like, the one card, I think, in that spot that destroys me. Because, like, first is, like, Stump card advantage, but not the end of the world. Yeah, so I should have, like, left the cards with Clique. Had Search Slip, pass. And then, like, they can play, like, they have 2 big spells, but we clearly have, like, Snapcaster, Rejection, Disdainful, and all that stuff. So I can, like, happily, like, go Snap, like I can go I can go Disdainful Stroke, and if my opponent goes for a second spell, then I can use Snap, and if my opponent doesn't go for a second spell, I can use Search, so it's like super far ahead. Like I can, yeah. Yeah, I think that was my mistake. I should have, I definitely should have, like, not taken a card with Clique, and I got, like, super punished for it. Like, it's kind of unbelievable how hard that punish was. This hand is fine. It is a little vulnerable to... It's kind of vulnerable to Chalice this early, but... It's Search It's a Geist is a really powerful opener. And if my opponent has 2 mana on turn 2, I can just go Geist plus Dispel. And if they go for Chalice, like, I clearly can go for Geist. So yeah. It doesn't have mana disruption. That's the biggest weakness of this hand, I think. My opponent has Gemstone Caverns. That would actually be really frustrating. If they have Gemstone Caverns here, that would be awful for me. Because then, like, my hand, like, the texture of my hand changes totally. Because then this gets counterable, and this is not as fast a clock. So hopefully they don't have it. They don't have it. Okay, cool. I saw Gemstone Caverns in Merfolk, which I thought was awful, but in that deck it's totally fine. Okay, they go for Tower. Sure. Tower, but not map is interesting. They probably have a Chalice. They probably have a weak hand the way they tanked about that. We're clearly going for Search for Skanda here. I mean, this is resolving. There's no choice on that. I can't think of a colorless card that would counter this, so yeah. We're gonna, like, bin most cards here. Yeah, most cards are getting binned. River of Tears is interesting. I guess it's... Actually, it's kind of weird. Hallowed Fountain... Okay, so this is interesting, because I do want the land eventually. But Hallowed Fountain is one of the worst ones. Like, if it was a fetch land, I'd be pretty sure. I think here, because I want to pass with Logic Knot, and I can Lightning Bolt too, I'm going to put it in the graveyard and hope to draw, like, one of the fetch lands or one of the Field of Ruins. I'm not going to jam Geist into River of Tears Tower. Clique is great though, because that's like exactly what you would want in this spot. So here we can just pass the turn. We want to Clique them most likely, because yeah, I think it's fine to click them. They have mine, okay. Yeah, our opponent probably has Tron. I just need information on their hand. I think, like, the information's too important. Yeah, they have Tron. They have Surgical, which I don't really care about. This is a really good hand, though. But they only have 1 blue source. Let me think. This hand is actually super strong. But they only have 1 blue source. This is a really tough one. Because, like, they have all the counter magic they could ever want. I could take, like, the Ballista, I think, here. Because it's like very easy for my opponent to play for less and have counter backup up, which is not what I want. So I think I have to take a Ballista. I'm going to take a photo of the hand. Which is ludicrous. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this Ballista, I think. Yeah, we have to. I'm pretty sure I don't have a choice on that one. Okay, so Ballista's gone. We get to untap. Okay. It's worth noting we can counter the surgical extraction with Logic Knot no matter what. Not what we want to do, but it's doable. We're not going to be able to play Geist, and that's kind of why I didn't really feel so much up for Geist, is like this situation. It's a good thing I boarded out, what was it? Like a Bolt and a Crucible. So yeah, so Cryptic Command is... I'm finding my opponent's Surgical Cryptics. I don't really want this card. We need a land. My opponent wants to like go ahead and Surgical Cryptic, that's totally fine. Like, yeah, you do you. They know our hand, I guess, but whatever. Like, they're down a card. That's actually really nice for us. Right, so our Cryptics are gone. That's fine. They're gonna probably go first for Knowledge end of turn. I could dispel that, but then we don't have the mana for Logic Knock because we drew, sadly, this one-off Sacred Foundry. Right, so they removed our Cryptics. So we can't draw one, which is actually kind of a nice bonus. Stony Silence is interesting because we could play Stony here with the spell backup. If my opponent drew Sundering Titan, this is just awful for me though. Like Sundering Titan doesn't care about Stony and Ugin doesn't care about Stony. That's the problem. I think I have to just ship sadly here. Yeah, we're gonna ship. Wow, our opponent didn't even like first. That's kind of incredible. That's actually really interesting. Why wouldn't you first here? Surely this is a good turn to first. It just... Yeah, okay. Okay, so their power plant is played, which is unfortunate for us, but it's what it is. We're going to play a Lightning Bolt here, because that's totally fine. Right, so they have sixth. Right, so search. Spellqueller. Spellqueller is nice, but maybe not now. Like, it is a threat, and our opponent doesn't really have removal. And let's see. We really need to start like going through. I think I'd have to put the Queller in the graveyard. We want to untap blue source too. Look, if my opponent's gonna like repeal Vendilion Clique. What do you think? They have Vendilion Clique. I like doing this on the draw step so you don't know, but let's think here. Do I care if my opponent repeals Vendilion Clique? Not really. I can just... Okay, we have Snap 2. So we can go end of turn Clique. If our opponent only has one blue mana, this is actually pretty nice. We only, sadly, have one blue ourselves. I could also Snap Bolt, but yeah. I'd rather like just run my Clique out here and have it countered. I think it's fine to have it countered because it lowers the shield of my opponent. And puts an extra card for Search for Scanta and Logic Knot. So yeah, so my opponent condescends this. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with this. No, you can... Bottom. Okay, so we don't need to like aggressively Field of Ruin if we draw it. Spellqueller in the graveyard. Yes, because we have action. The Basic Plains is actually a pretty awful card to draw too. Basic Plains or Mountain would have been bad. But it's not so bad here. Let me think. So their Condescend is out. They still have Snapcaster in first. They really should have fired off at first. I can play the Stony Silence now pretty free of charge. And then we have Logic Knot up. I'm probably going to dispel the first for knowledge if my opponent plays it because I don't think I get too punished by most cards here. We only know... okay, Expedition map, that's fine, because we have Stony Silence. That's not a problem. Right, so they can't do anything here. Just as we like it. Okay, so now... this triggers... we want a Spell Queller? Okay, this is starting to get interesting. Maybe like more Spell Quellers in the graveyard isn't what I want, but what do we have? First, Snap. I kind of want it in the graveyard. We have Snap, so it's fine. Yes. It's a bit weird to like do this. Right, so our opponent first turn knowledge is here. After the trigger, of course. Gifts are, okay, gifts can't resolve. I can't actually beat gifts, so that card cannot resolve. Oh, we have lots of white, so this is fine. Yeah, gifts and given cannot resolve. I just lose that card. We have opts. We only have one blue mana, which is super awkward. I could tap out for Geist-Sustained Trapped. If my opponent has Sundering Titan, that's just GG, but at the same time, it's at least like something in play. They have 4 cards. They have a lot of mana. Oh my god. Let me skip. Right. This is fine. The vocals like finish quickly. This is actually a really tough turn because I know they have first. I can't let this resolve. I just lose that card. Not having the second blue is actually super frustrating. I wonder if we could have like put an extra card at some point. Yeah, my opponent can just destroy free lands. I think we have to go for Geist here though. It's awkward. If my opponent has Sundering Titan or Ugin, we lose. I can't like counter that spell, so I have to dispel the gift. It's too good against us. Like Logic not gonna save me when they can just play their spell. Yeah. If they go first here, oh Treasure Mage. Okay, that's bad. Sundering Titan win. Wormcoil Legend. I'm gonna be Wormcoil. I mean, okay, so I don't have Path though, so, and I don't have Cryptic because my opponent extracted them. Snapcaster Mage. Let me think here. What's in my deck? We don't have Cryptic anymore. We might not actually have an answer to this Wormcoil, which is super frustrating. We have a Wear Tear actually. So, and then we can like bolt. We can get through this eventually. I don't think we want Snap right now. We want to draw into an answer. So here I kind of have to ship. It's just sad, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I could, like, yeah, Snap Bolt, but my opponent has a 2/2 Treasure Mage as well to block. Right, so... right, we're gonna have to play this a little craftily. I'll take 6 here. Yeah, that was unfortunate that we had to tap out. Not having the extra blue really was a problem, because then we would have been able to just pass. First is fine, I guess. Not a card I like here, but yeah. Or is this mine? Okay. Island. Yeah, the extra blue source is important. Our opponent can like Snapcaster, get the Surgical at any point. So... actually, putting the Snapcaster in the bin was wrong. Because they know, I think our opponent knows we have a Snap, so that's actually bad. We can play Snap and Bolts. I'm totally fine with my opponent extracting Lightning Bolts, I guess. Then how do we beat this Wormcoil ever? Wear Tear. We have to draw Wear Tear. Our creatures don't really deal with the tokens. Yeah. Had to tap out that turn, it was bad. I think our opponent would have just gone for it anyway, so I think it was fine to do what we did. Let's see. I could snap bolt here. I think that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's just snap bolt here, and then double opt after like the whole sequence. Right. Let's get this lightning bolt. Right. We want to lightning bolt the treasure mage. Then we want to opt twice. Yeah, the gifts ungiven was brutal. Bottom. Second Geist is obviously horrifically bad. Bottom. Maybe I should have kept the colonnade since it would have been 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Pressure's on. Spell Snare's a little late to the party. Well, I mean, it wouldn't even have been that good in this game, so, you know. Right. So we can attack here for some damage, but yeah, the lifelink on this is a problem. Right, so my opponent's gonna go snap. We have this Spell Snare, so it's okay. Right. We deal as much damage as our opponent lifelinks, which is very frustrating, of course, but not much I can do for now. Right, so then we have to probably search for Scanta something. We might have to logic not to. Opponent, oh, we don't know cards of our opponent's hand now. We've gone through all of them. Repeal Stony Silence. I don't like that, but I think it's fine. I can't like counter cards like that. Right, so they get like a utility land of some sort. Probably the Scavenger Grounds would be pretty good. Tectonic Edge, okay. Then we can... I'm pretty forced to use it here. Not having a path left in the deck or... Wow. Wow, literal 4 lands. That's actually kind of unreal. We were like looking so desperately for blue at the start of the game. I feel like game 2 I screwed up. I don't think I could have won this game, but I feel game 2 I screwed up by not by taking a card with Clique. I think that was like a huge error. So your opponent attacks us. What is this? Whoa. Spatial Contortion, their own guy. That's pretty good against fetch lands, I guess. Let's see. Do I play the Tarn? I guess there's no reason not to. I don't have helixes or stuff, so yeah. Drawing this Geist was really bad. Yeah, we basically die. I don't have a path to exile, and Wear Chair's not gonna get there in time, I think. I'd probably die if I let this resolve, so we're gonna have to counter it. I might as well pay max. Okay, so search can go. Snap, Queller. Let's remove the creatures quickly. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's kind of a frustrating game. Yeah. It was a really frustrating game, mostly because game 2 I screwed up with the Vanillion Leak and got super punished, but I think that's fair. So yeah, game 2 I should have taken no cards and accepted that like I was probably in a really good spot, even against 2 threats, like because they were sorcery speed and my hand was designed to exactly beat that. My hand wasn't designed to beat gifts ungiven, so yeah, my opponent have a pass there. Yeah. Did not like that song. This one's cooler. Yeah, that game was frustrating in many respects. Yeah, like, I got so punished for that clique. Like, it's actually pretty unreal. Taking a card there was so bad. I mean, I know it was, like, super bad, but it was clearly wrong. And, like, I got punished harder than I possibly could have. Right, so with this hand, no creature's a bit awkward. But we have, like, tons of time, and we're on the draw. So, the fact we have, like, we're probably going to want a white source with this. So I'm probably going to get a Hallowed Fountain, but I might want to get a Sacred Foundry. If I draw, like, another blue source. We'll see what happens here, though. Scalding Tarn? Okay. With Scalding Tarn... Scalding Tarn usually doesn't want you to go... Like, doesn't need you to be untapped super early. Might be a blue mirror match again. Well, different type of blue decks, but yeah. Okay, this is like some combo deck. This is... Our hand's... Okay. Our hand is definitely not engineered to beat this. Well, I'm definitely gonna pay 2 here. And if our opponent, like, Goryo's Vengeance, we're gonna have to Lightning Bolt in response. If they had, like, the nut, they have the nut. Like, you can't really beat... On the draw, like, whatever. Like... I could, like... There is a fair argument, I guess. Actually, that was a mistake to play Steam Vents. I should have played the Path, since that negates more life gain. Oh, Pentat Prism? Yeah, that's totally fine. They also play Through the Reach, so... That Pentat Prism is kind of reassuring. They could go for Goryo's Vengeance. Like, if they play that, that means they don't play the full combo. Like, with Nourishing Troll and stuff, so the burn effects are actually pretty good. I guess I have to keep their graveyard out. Drawing Neverland is kind of frustrating. But now we know that... Okay, so we want to play Scalding Tarn. I kind of want to crack it. I'm going to crack it now for a Hallowed Fountain. Essentially, there's no point in waiting. And they could easily respond to us getting a fetch line or something. So I'm going to get a Hallowed Fountain. Even though, like, I might die to Emrakul. If, like, my opponent has Pact Negation or something random. But, you know. Yeah, so we're going to get a... Hallowed Fountain, pay 2 life, and pass. We want to do this because that deck can easily respond to fetch lands. My opponent also could have, like, end-step Goryo's Vengeance, so I shouldn't have F6 there. I should have waited. But that's, like... I didn't feel like they had it, so... Yeah, if this might be Brutality. If it is, I have to think if I Lightning Helix my opponent or not. Like, yeah. Oh, Goryo's Vengeance? Yeah, we have to beat this. There's just no... We're never beating this card if... Yeah. If my opponent has 2, they have 2. Like, what do you want? I can't really do much. If they have, like, counter backup or 2, like, whatever. Like... Sure. No, I can't. I would like to pay 2, but I can't. Sadly, they get there. There's just nothing I can do. Like, it's just what it is. Like, even if I, like, try to path it instead, it just doesn't work out. Yeah, now they can, like... They should stay at 11. They're just gonna discard 3 cards anyways. 2 cards. I guess you get a land, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of brutal, but like, there's not much I can do. I mean, this is turn 2. I'm already doing what I can. Looting, okay. Yeah, your hand is perfect. Why do you need to keep cards? Clique is interesting because Clique counters a Through the Breach. Because I want access to Helix and Path, I need to play Tarn here. I really don't want to fetch. There's no creature yet. We can wait now. Right. Our opponent, yeah, okay, so we can fetch now, I think. I could also Lightning Helix rather than play this Clique. Let me think. Because like Clique is like one of the only counters I have to Through the Breach. So... I think it's fine. Like, we need some pressure, and they don't know. I don't think they normally run like other types of counter spells apart from Is It Charm. So this clique should be safe. I mean, it might die, but right. So my opponent has like multiple Through the Breaches and Emrakul. Well, I could have also clicked myself and got rid of the path. But yeah, we have to. We're basically priced into taking this Emrakul. Let me just snipping through all this stuff. Yeah, like click being an answer to that is nice. So we're gonna take the Emrakul here. Otherwise we die. So taking the Emrakul here seems better than dying. Okay, Island is okay because it kind of disguises how bad our hand is. Well, yeah, drawing the extra lines is bad. So here, yeah. We only have one white source, so I have to fire off the Lightning Helix end of turn. Okay, so we know Serum Visions is gone. And Emrakul is gone. Right, what did their opponent do? They bottomed both? Okay, that's fine. Faithless Looting. They're probably going to discard. They could discard it for the Breach, I guess. I think that's like the biggest strength of the Jeskai deck is our hand is terrible, but our opponent doesn't know, so it's not so bad. They played Island. They have For the Breach, Simian Spirit Guide, and 4 unknowns. Still 4 unknowns. Bottom. Okay. Well, they're looking for something pretty specific. If they go for Collective Brutality, they're probably going to kill this clique. And this is where, yeah, so I'm going to have to Lightning Helix in response because the Helix is better than not. So, yeah, they discarded a Delta, which I didn't know about. So we have to Helix here, I think, to not give them the choice anyways. And I would have been tempted to even... if I had the mana, I would have pathed, obviously, my own clique since they take it, but yeah. Spell Queller doesn't stop... doesn't stop Through the Breach, but it does stop Goryo's Vengeance, so... Maybe we get lucky on that one. If they go Faithless Looting Goryo's. Right, because yeah, if my opponent goes Faithless Looting Goryo's, this is just disastrous for them. And they're probably going to go for it, because they're like, well, what could they possibly have? Gristlebrand? Okay. Oh, they discard Gristlebrand, like... That's not a good sign for me. Because, like, I would never discard this if I had it for the Breach, unless, like, my hand was, like, super good against. I could have, like, ran out the Queller, but... Ugh. Not fetching that extra white source has punished me so hard. Like... I didn't path my own creature, and like, why am I getting punished so hard for these decisions? I mean, like, yeah. Okay, so they're gonna go for Goryo's Vengeance here. I mean, I have to. If my opponent has the Emrakul, like, you know, that's kind of it. This is where, like, having that extra white source would actually be great. What do they have here? Yeah, just fetch. They could get an untap. They could get a duel. I have to take this. But yeah, what was that? Top? No, bottom. Okay. Sure. Yeah, like, I'm gonna lose because I don't have that second white source. They didn't discard Emrakul. That's a really good sign. This is going far. This is why these decks are only so good. Like, sometimes you have these... What is this? 3 mana? Okay, flashback. We know they still have a Through the Breach, so this guide is gone. Path to Exile, okay. Well, we can put them to 1. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, the extra white would have meant that I could play this Spell Queller out and win. Yeah. Okay. We also, yeah, also an extra land would have meant that if my opponent threw the breaches, I would have been able to basically, yeah. Well, actually, I would win for an Emrakul, because I can play Spell Queller, sack 6 lands block, so that's not so bad. Since my opponent's at 1, I'm not going to play second Queller here. What are they going to do? Upkeep. They might have it, like, I would have, like, fired off another Gore's Vengeance, right? Like, you can fire it at the... No, I think that's fine. Like if I don't have it, like, it's okay. I have a lot of untap mana, I guess. So my opponent has Through the Breach and 3 Unknowns. They probably don't have Emrakul, because they would definitely have done that. They actually went for a lot of their deck. But I think discarding the Gristlebrand when you have Through the Breach is wrong. Okay, so Gigadraz. Well, we're definitely gonna count. Well, I mean, if my opponent's smart, they'll like tap Queller twice. So they target it with the original. Let me just see. Hallowed Fountain, Steam Vents, Steam Vents, Mountain. That was bad. Alright, so targeting Hallowed Fountain, Steam Vents, Steam Vents, Mountain, right? Yeah. Because now we can just Queller the original Gigadraz. Okay. Yeah, we win. Yeah, they should have done it twice rather than try to prevent us from top decking a Bolt. Like, because any counterspell beats them. We need to act at all instant speed, so I don't like Geist. Purge. Purge doesn't really work. Stony Silence only stops Pentat Prism. Settle is already too late. Rejection stops Pentat Prism, but not much else. Dispel is obviously great, though. Stroke is okay. Surgical is obviously great. I definitely want to lose the paths. That much is clear, and then everything else is up for debate. Like I could lose like a Helix, like Helix and Electrolyze and Bolt are like the cards that would go after this. Let's see. Paths are gone. Celestial Purge. Stony Silence is not that great, but it stops Pentat Cold. I don't think that's that good though. They're gonna board in a bunch of counter magic. I guess like they have Izzet Charms and stuff. Like I think yeah, like Lightning Helix is probably better than Geist in most scenarios in this matchup. I think we can board in the Wear Tear. Like it's not as efficient, but it does allow us to like yeah have the turn Ghost Quarter. We don't want Ghost Quarter or Crucible, it's not the matchup for it. I could board in the Stony Silence, I guess. Would be over a Lightning Helix most likely. Celestial Purge would be like against a Liliana or something. I think it's kind of tough. Stony's tough on this one because they really only have Pentat Prism. If I'm gonna board in Wear Tear, like I have to be afraid of like some enchantments. I'm gonna put in the Stony over Wear Tear. It does tap me out, that's the main problem. I think that's the difference, is like one taps me out, the other doesn't. Even though one is way more efficient. I don't think we want to board too much. I think the paths are bad, but everything else is pretty good. Like Geist on the play might be okay, but on the draw it's definitely not. There's been some pretty slow matches. So I'm sorry okay. This head is awkward. I think I have to keep because we have logic. We have 2 counter spells. If my opponent like turn 2s me, they get it. I just have to assume that like on the draw, apart from spell center, there's just nothing I can do, and I can't mulligan that aggressively. This hand is fine otherwise. I think the Lightning Helix and Bolt are awkward, of course, but yeah. Like having 2 makes this hand much weaker. But you have Logic Knot, so yeah. Okay, they don't do anything turn 1, that's usually a good sign. Especially with hands like this, okay. Colonnade. If our opponent just combos off, they combo off. Like, okay, they're not comboing off right now. That's good. They might Izzet Charm. I am fine with Izzet Charm. We're gonna get a Steam Vents. Okay, we drew Fillet Strand. We're gonna get Steam Vents. We have more. We lose the Paths post board, and we board in blue cards. Right. Okay. We have less white cards, but yeah. I gotta like, so we don't want a basic planes most likely. Yeah, let's play Flooded Strand and get a... I'm gonna get a Steam Vents as soon as my opponent cracks their fetch, I think. Yeah. They could actually respond. I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna do Steam Vents untapped now. I know it seems wrong to take damage for no reason. But we are gonna Lightning Helix if we can anyways, end of turn, so. Against these decks, you don't want to like tap yourself out at the wrong moment and then they like go Glorious Vengeance. Good idea. The other problem is like our Logic Knot's not really stopping Glorious Vengeance, so. Yeah. But like they need like, they need to have Sim and Spirit Guide, I guess, which isn't that unlikely. Like, you're asking them to have 1 card to counter your counterspell. Blood Moon, okay. Well, we kind of have to counter this Blood Moon, no matter what. So, I did not realize that they played Blood Moon. It's triple color. I guess that makes sense, though. Right, so... If I... Yeah, so I should have gotten a basic, or should have at least considered Blood Moon and, like, not crack my fetch land. If they have Sim and Spirit Guide, they pay. That's awful. Okay, they didn't have it. That was super lucky. That was really badly played by yours truly, but right. So we're gonna get a basic island now, just to make sure. Blood Moon is still okay against us in this scenario, though. But yeah, okay. Darkslick Shores. I think we're gonna Clique end of turn. It's pretty hard for my opponent to go off in response. It's possible, of course. I just want to see what's going on. Okay, so they have... Okay, so we have to think what cards we can beat. We can beat Pia and Kieran, and we can beat Field Breach. I don't think we can beat Gigadraz, though. So I'm going to have to put the Gigadraz on the bottom. Gigadraz is a really good card against us. We just have to accept that and take it. Okay. So Gigadraz is gone. They might Izzet Charm the Vendilion Clique. Okay, that was good. Right, so attack. They might not Izzet Charm even the leak. Okay, Izzet Charm's fine. I don't mind that. Because they have PNK and LR, so the value has gone down. So now the question is, what do I do about Pia and Kieran? Apparently nothing is necessary. We're going to... Let's see. We're gonna opt first, I guess. That might decide what we want to fetch. Opt. That gives us options, but I'll bottom it. I guess opt would be better than not opt here. What could they... If they further breach Gristlebrand, this is just awful for me. So let's fetch... I want to fetch a basic island and a basic plains. Or 3 basic islands. I guess I'd rather have 3 basic islands here. I wouldn't mind redrawing the opt. So we want a lightning bolt here, just in case our opponent has for the breach into Gristlebrand, then we have a counter. Right, so we drew the third island, so we're gonna just play Scalding Tarn, and we're gonna get a dual land most likely from that. Okay, Our opponent's at 15. Right, they're gonna Through the Reach here. And now I have to think, because like if they Through the Reach an Emrakul, we can just tap it with Cryptic Command. So I'm gonna let this resolve, I think, because like this could just, yeah, this is fine. This resolves. We're gonna stop. Oh shoot! I was meant to stop on my opponent's upkeep. Okay, the stops were set, so yeah. So now we're in potentially dire straits. If my opponent drew it, that would be really disgusting. Yeah, so that's why I didn't mind. I should have, like, I'm fine with it resolving because this might be a bluff and it gets this out of the deck. But I should have probably, yeah, I should play that better. Okay, so my opponent plays Pian Kirin. We're gonna sacrifice and get. We have lots of blue lands, so I'm gonna get Sacred Foundry tapped. Right, so they resolve that. That's what it is. That's fine. Electrolyze is great here because we get to kill the tokens and still have Disdainful Stroke up. So yeah, the Electrolyze is actually pretty good here. We're gonna do it now just because it, yeah. That way, yeah, drawing the Ever Cryptic's nice. I'll probably Lightning Helix the Pian Kirin. But yeah, now we're in pretty decent shape. I don't know what their hand is though. Right, so they Serum Visions. They top the card. That's interesting. Okay, they're gonna Faithless Looting here. If they have like literal Goryo's Vengeance, this is also kind of frustrating. Because like I'm tapped out this turn with Electrolyze, but I think it's okay. Griselbrand. Maybe that was a mistake to Electrolyze that early. Now I'm losing to Goryo's Vengeance. Oh, Faithless Looting Flashback. Yeah, that's fine. We got lucky. Yeah, I think there I shouldn't have Electrolyzed because my opponent's probably going to tap out at some point, and then I get to kill the tokens and draw a card. Like, my opponent has to kill both tokens. If I, like, take 2 damage, it's not too awful. Right, so Brutality Guide. Okay. Right, so we Lightning Helix this. And then we untap. So we don't know what the top card is, but we know that they kept it. Okay, and they also, yeah. So here they're probably going to go for, like, Gristle. This is kind of awkward. This Disdainful Stroke isn't going to do much, sadly, for us. I might just bounce. Do I want to bounce something here? To draw a card. My opponent, like, gets Griselbrand. I definitely don't want my opponent to have Griselbrand in play. But we have, like, this. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. This is kind of rough. I guess we just untap. I would do it if I had, like, okay. We got our extra land, but, yeah. We have to pass. And, yeah. Where are these cheap counter spells in my deck? These spell snares and dispels. Oh, man, I'm totally okay with, for the breach here. Oh, Giga Drowse is bad, though. Okay, Giga Drowse, Replicate. We can beat Giga Drowse. Steam Vents, Island. Yeah, we still have like these free, so it's fine. Yeah, we still have Spell Queller and Disdainful Stroke, so my opponent has like counter backup. They normally don't have counter backup for Spell Queller. Yeah, we have to get this. Okay, we got like really fortunate this game. I played it pretty awfully, I think. We got lucky. Yeah, now we have Spell Queller, Snapcaster, but Snapcaster can't really get anything aside from Logic Knot. So let's see what happens here. Blood Moon. We have 7 lands. Sorry, I'm totally fine. Right. We want to counter the Blood Moon and draw a card. We want to like start going through our deck. Right, now we have Spell Queller number 2. I don't want to run it out. I don't want that Griselbrand to hit play. Right, now we are like basically in commanding shape. I'm just gonna go like Bolt, Snap, Bolt, most likely. But we'll see what happens first. Opponent has 2 cards. Okay, so faithfully looting flashback is fine. We don't want to tap out for that. Never Gristlebrand? Okay. Opponent's down to 1 card, so Bolts, they only have 4 mana, so Bolt, Snap Bolt should be good here. Yeah. We could I could get the Electrolyze here, but I'd rather just not tap out. Even though it's pretty obvious my opponents have 16 and stuff. I'm just thinking like what are the ways I can lose this game? And like, yeah. Right, once I attack with Snapcaster, Gorgeous Vengeance on my turn is no longer a problem because Gristlebrand can't draw cards. So this kind of like frees me. I just won already, I think. It's just a matter of time. We got really lucky though. PN Kirin, we kind of want to just Queller. I still have mana for Cryptic. Well, it's not dead, but they're not in good shape. Our opponent's like, could I please resolve a spell? No. No, you cannot. This matchup doesn't seem great for them. I think that, like, it's kind of rough, though. We got really lucky in game 1 and 2, though. Our opponent could have easily had a sequence which made them win. They just needed to draw a little better. We're on the draw. Our opponent mulligan, though, and, like, our hand is okay. It's very slow, though. So, like, if we're against an aggro deck, this hand's awful. But our opponent mulligan, so they're not usually on, like, burn if they mulligan. They sometimes on affinity, but I'm okay with keeping this hand because it gives us options. I'd rather have, like, be on the play, obviously, with this, but we'll see. Most likely turn 1, I'm going to just Colonnade, but we'll see what our opponent's up to first. This is a very slow hand, so we're going to have to catch up later. But I'm putting mulligan to 5, which is really good for us. They top their card. Eric Misa. Eric Misa is a lot closer to being a burn deck than... Oh, they're actually on burn? Wow, their hand must have been awful. You don't normally mulligan with burn much, so that hand must have been horrifically bad. Since it's burned, we don't want to take damage. I'm just going to play this Colonnade and pass. We're like basically like going third, which is bad. Opponent has 2 cards. That's Lightning Helix? Okay, sure. Yeah, we need to draw our Lightning Helix, basically. Wow, we're drawing all the tap lands. We can opt first. Bolt is okay. We don't even have fetch lands, yeah. We're going to keep opt on top, and we're going to play Steam Vents tapped. So yeah, we're probably going to take some more damage, and then we're looking for Lightning Helix. Is this Lava Spike or something? Yeah, Lightning Bolt, okay. Right, we're going to 7, which isn't that much. Gonna opt first. Bottom this. Like, clearly this should have been Serum Visions because yeah. Right, and now we want to play Colonnade. And then next turn we can Snap Bolt. Yeah, going third against that. Like, there's no way we win if our opponent had, like, a normal hand. They might have Searing Blaze here. So this is actually rougher than it looks. I have to think here what I want to do. Because if they have Searing Blaze, like, I don't want to cast Snap or Vendilion. I just want to have this negate. I'm going to just play tapped Steam Vents and pass. And we'll see what happens. But they most likely have a Searing Blaze in hand, and yeah. If that's the case, I want to keep my negate for it. So go to 5. Okay, this is life. Yeah. Taking 1 more would be bad, so we don't want to take more damage. Right, so don't play any creatures here. Search for Scan is slightly slow. Man, our hand was super slow. I mean, I kept a risky hand, so that's fine. Right, so here we want to... Goblin Guide is fine because we have access to Snapcaster Mage. Right, so our opponent's going to attack. Right, so Lightning Bolt, okay. Right, now we got Snapcaster into Bolt. Our opponent most likely has Searing Blaze here. One second. I probably want to... This is actually kind of rough because... I just want to bait out the Searing Blaze. If my opponent has 2 Lightning Bolts, we kind of lose anyways. Okay. Okay, they don't have Searing Blaze? That's interesting. They clearly don't have it because they would have just fired it off here. There's no way it gets better. Right, so now we can negate. Yeah, I kind of have to counter this. There's no... Right, so negate that. We draw a Lightning Bolt, which is not that great here. I'm going to cleak them now. And then we're going to probably play Search for Scanta, but to like dig for a Lightning Helix. Yeah, Skullcrack goes. We have a creature, so I think we have to just go for Search here. Maybe that's a mistake to go for Search this turn, but yeah. Okay, Eidolon. Eidolon's obviously bad for us. What is this, Riftbolt? Okay. Path to Exile is not exactly going to save us, so we're going to have to get rid of it. We needed Snap. Let me think here. Do we just die? I guess not, because we can block. We're just spell locked out of anything cheap, which is not good either. Yeah, drawing all the tap lands was awkward, and we kept a pretty risky hand otherwise. Maybe that hand was bad. It's just like, if you're against like a... Like, we didn't know what the matchup was too. Right, so... Yeah, Eidolon Lock is really brutal. We only have Cryptic to bring us out of it. We lose to any burn spell. Oh, we have Colonnade. Right, you're correct. We have Colonnade. No. If our opponent draws a creature, we die though this way, so that's awkward. We're basically any spell in our opponent's deck wins them the game. Lightning Helix would have been really great this turn, like really wonderful. But sadly, it's not the case. We're dead to any creature, but yeah. Okay, our opponent didn't attack. Searing Blaze maybe doesn't like. If we feel to ruin them and they have Searing Blaze, it's awkward, but I really need to flip the Search and get it to a Cryptic, so we're gonna just use this Field of Ruin. If they have Searing Blaze, we're not winning anyways, so... I'm okay with like them beating us that card, because we can't win otherwise. Let's get... I guess at this point we just want more... We can get a mountain. All our other sources are blue. Okay, they don't have Searing Blaze. They actually drew air. That is really lucky. Yes, because Vendilion Clique does nothing for us. Yes. Electrolyze. Like, all these cards are worthless, sadly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9, so... Yeah, we can animate Colonnade and use Search. I'm not gonna, like... I'm just hoping for air twice. I guess that's fine. We could also Escanta into Cryptic if my opponent plays a creature, so... Yeah. Okay, Lava Spike. Okay, we have to Escanta into Cryptic. There's just no other card that saves us here. Okay, we got the Cryptic. So we're gonna take the Cryptic. And then any order's fine. So counter target spell, return target permanent. Counter, return. My opponent can just replay the Eidolon, but it's fine. What can you do? This would be like kind of insane if we won here. Oh my god, I tapped so bad. Oh, that was awful. That was... Just for people who may not have noticed, I could have lightning bolted and killed my opponent. So that was horrifically bad. And now, like, I can't do that. So like, I went from 100% to win to very likely to lose. That was just awful. Dear God, that was awful. Okay, let's focus. I guess we're on the same line again. Blank or get a cryptic. This is so stupid. Why did I play that bad? Why didn't I think things first? Oh man. We were like very unlikely to win that game. Went to winning it, and then went back to losing it. Yeah, our opponent should just attack first. Because if they have an instant, I can't win. This is an instant most likely, so you shouldn't do this. Yeah. Yeah, you just attack and you win. Actually, yeah. I can't win against what's going on here, sadly. Yeah, because I can animate Colonnade, and then I lose. That's why I shouldn't have attacked. Yeah, I mean, I lose to any spell. Kind of knew that. Okay, so... Well, one second. Maybe my opponent's bluffing. It's not impossible. Okay. Well, we couldn't have won anyways. Well, I mean, like, from that sequence. Like, I could have won the game if I tapped my mana correctly and just kept red and bolted my opponent, then we win. That was really stupid of me. Right, so I lost the unlosable game. Dispel's good, Celestial Purge is good. Settle's okay on the play, but not on the draw. We don't want stroke, we don't want rejections, we don't want surgical. Crumble's bad. Geist is okay because it's pretty quick and it's got hexproof. Ghost Critter, no. Wear Tear is actually okay because one white destroy Eidolon is okay. Sometimes they board in. Some of those decks have Shrine. Explosives go okay. Logic Knot is not very good. It's pretty expensive. Spell Snare is good. Path is good. Negate. We can cut a search. Actually, we can cut both. They're pretty... Cliques are bad. Actually, I'll probably keep a search over Clique here. I think this is fine. I don't really like the Geist that much. I think we'll win with the other stuff. But I played that match super, super bad. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm playing super bad. Keep. Yeah, so we get a Steam Vents from... I'm probably going to go Hallowed Fountain tapped anyways, because it just like went out of my hand, but yes. I think you're overloading on creature hate. Yeah, but think about it this way. Like, their creatures are basically how they deal additional damage. If we don't deal with their creatures, we can't, like, win, so... Yeah. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, Lightning Bolt is fine face, and Lightning Helix is obviously just great, so, yeah. Let's pass here. Yeah. Right, so our opponent doesn't have Eidolon because they probably would have played it pre-combat. Right, so it's Cryptic Command, which we most likely don't want. Oh, Wear Tear? Yeah. Sometimes they have the Shrine. Also, like, I guess Wear Tear would be Geist otherwise. Rift Bolt? Okay. Okay, we're gonna get a Steam Vent. Yes, we are. Lightning Helix is great here, but we can't Path in Helix. Getting up Plains is okay because our hand is pretty Plains heavy. So I'm going to play the Field of Ruin here, just in case. Yeah. Yeah, they probably don't have Eidolon and Shrine. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so here we get bolted end of turn. Nope. Okay, well that's fine. We don't want to. We just don't want to get the Lightning Helix Skull cracked. I'm okay with this Rift Bolt. I'd rather get more info on what I want to Spell Queller. Well, if they're gonna spend free mana, definitely up for countering that. Eidolon. We can Spell Queller an Eidolon. I think I could Lightning Bolt it, and then we Lightning Helix the Eidolon. That's okay. Okay. They have the Searing Blaze. That's more awkward. Yeah, they had to have land Searing Blaze, but even then, like, yeah. Sure. Okay, so now we have Cryptic Command. Have I played with 5-color Human yet? Yeah, that was like my very first stream. Let's see. We don't want to take too much damage, so I could Lightning Helix like now. That wouldn't be so bad. If I Lightning Helix now, then I want a Field of Ruin probably as well. We need a Plains, I guess. Yeah. Right, so I Field of Ruin now and get a Plains. I could play Island first. I think that's fair. Yeah, so play Island. This gives him like tempo, of course, but so we're getting a Plains, right? Yeah, okay. This gives them additional mana, but they're not gonna have like Skullcrack up, which is the card I care about. They could bolt their own Eidolon, but that's like basically the same damage, so whatever. Alright, so we take 2, but we killed this Eidolon. Right, so we're at 12. Creature. Oh, wow. Free. Molten Ring. Okay, then. My opponent Molten Ringed me. Lava Spike. I actually was not impressed by Molten Ring when I played it recently, so yeah. I don't think my opponent was wrong to run it. Okay, so this is actually kind of tough because we don't have a red source, and we're really tempted to get one. But yeah. But we have Cryptic as well, so I think I have to just get an island here. My opponent has like lethal, they have lethal. Like it's possible, of course. It's just, yeah, I guess. Yeah, they have Boralstrom, we lose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need the extra island. We die here, I guess. Yeah, they have it all. We gave them the mana to get there? Yeah, we did. That Molten Ring was actually pretty good for them. I feel like I should have at least played a game free. That game, I don't know if I could have won, really. I probably could have won that game. But game 1, I should have won, the way it played out. That said, I don't know. Jeskai feels kind of underpowered in Modern these days. Like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the deck now. I think it's just an underpowered deck. It's really fun. It's just not very powerful. Like, okay, like that match I could have like maybe won because I could have played a game free. But what I'm trying to get at is not just to be too results orientated, but like all those games were kind of long, and it felt like I was behind a large portion of the time. Like being ahead felt difficult. I think that's the problem. Is like most of the time I'm behind. So, and that's not like a feeling, and that's like not what you should aim for in Modern. You think the sideboard decision is more important than a random punt? Well, with Wear Tear, I guess. They sometimes put in Rest in Peace too, which is maybe something. I don't really mind Rest in Peace too much, though, that being said, so... Yeah. But sometimes they board it in. Yeah. The Wear Terror, like, the Wear Terror could have been the Geist. Yeah. Okay. Well, right, but what else are you boarding in? Like, you're boarding in, like, Geist, I guess? Like, yeah. By the way, for this hand, this is, like, all my basic lands. It does have Search for Scanta, and we're on the play, so I'll keep and just see how powerful that card is. Thank you, by the way, Goose, for the message. I really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Yeah. Yeah, like, normally against Burn, you want too many, like, removal spells. It's just, like, your alternative there... The only alternative was Geist the Saint Draft. To, like, put a clock on them. Like, that's the main alternative you have. By the way, we're probably going to get Sacred Foundry here to make sure we have double white, and, yeah. Yeah, most likely our opponent was on tower. Like, I know where they're playing, but I didn't want to... Yeah, so, bottom. So, Sacred Foundry... No... Drawing the last basic would be bad. Okay, we want to search. They could, like, go for Sylvan Scrying this turn, but Sylvan Scrying is okay. It'd be bad if they went for map, but they would have played map if they had it, so... Yeah, and you don't want the search... Okay, so they're all in a Jawsy-tron. So probably Matter Reshaper here. Mindstone, maybe? Oh, what is this? Chalice for 1. Okay. We can eventually get that with Cryptic. In this matchup anyways, outside of Path to Exile, not many of the cards at 1 are that important, so it's okay. Yeah, we'll put Path in the graveyard. Let's play the island so we can choose to electrolyze or negate. If my opponent plays Thought-Knot Seer, I'm probably going to electrolyze just to put the card in the graveyard. Which I think is important when you have Search for Scanta. Come on, man. I've seen this happen so many times, by the way. It's not just my opponent. I've seen, like, multiple Eldrazi-Tron players run their map into Chalice. It's because you're like, well, yeah, there's no way, like, that could happen, so it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna electrolyze this. Yeah. I don't even want to blame for my opponent for that one, because I've seen it way too many times. Like, it's just non-intuitive, I suspect. Trying another land there is awkward. There's this tower. That could be worse. It just ramps them up, which is awkward, of course, but yeah. Yeah, Path to Exile is in the graveyard. And it's... Yeah, okay, we have Lightning Helix, and yeah. Yeah, let's just play this Flooded Strand. I'm definitely firing off the Helix no matter what this turn. Yeah. No, I thought Eldrazi-Tron was one of the worst decks I had on stream, just for what it's worth. Okay, Thought-Knot's here. This is a little harder because they're gonna get Negate, but I don't want to give them the choice. So actually, it flips Search. We kind of have to just Helix here by fetching. I should have played the Plains for that reason, actually, rather than represent Cryptic Command. Like here, I'm taking 2 damage, which I shouldn't take. I guess with our hand, we already have the blue. And yeah, the white's untapped, so I'll get a Steam Vent here. Because I can play like a... Yeah, but that was bad. I took damage for no reason here. Right, so Helix my opponent. And basically our plan is to fire off the Search fast. So we're bidding like any card. I don't think there's a... I think Cryptic is the only card I would keep. There's just no other card I'd keep here. Of course. Yeah, Cryptic Command is just too powerful. I have to keep it. My opponent can probably figure out what the card is. If they're like... Think about it. Yeah, right. Because there's just no other card I would keep there. Like, flipping Search is so important. Because, like, my opponent plays... Oh, yeah. What's it called? They play. I'm trying to remember the name. Scavenger grounds. So like, they would have to naturally draw it though. 4 mana natural. Chalice for 2. I don't really care about Ballista for 2 normally, but our opponent has a Chalice for 1. This seems like a good counter draw spot, counter bounce spot. Which is counter strike a spell, return. Counter. We could return the Chalice, but I'd rather return the Thought-Knot here. Right, so we draw our card. Yeah, they should know we're gonna, like, it's cryptic, because there's no other card I would have kept there. The mountain's awkward, because, like, now it means that... Actually, it means that Field of Ruin doesn't get us mana, but maybe that doesn't matter. Like, Field of Ruin is so good anyways. So... Yeah, we don't want to draw Mountain. Whatever. If we get Field of Ruin, it's still, like, a bad Ghost Quarter. Opt is bad for obvious reasons here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could play Plains, and that lets me Logic Knot plus Descanta. Yeah. Okay, great. We're gonna counter the Thought-Knots here. Or we're gonna attempt to. I don't know, like, if our opponent's gonna last, but yeah. Right. So before we do that, we're gonna do Search for Descanta to. Just basically get some more info. I guess I shouldn't have tapped that, like, just in case, but yeah, there's no... Okay, we get Opt, and then any order, then we Logic Knot this. They have to pay 2 mana, I guess is good. They only have Wastes up. Yeah, 2 mana, right? Yeah, because they only have Wastes. Done. Okay. I consider a Scanteen main phase, by the way, there to, like, shuffle the Mountain away, but my whole deck operates at instant speed with the exception of Search for Descanta. So that's why I don't want to really, yeah. The problem now is that we really need to get rid of this Chalice. So I need to top deck a Cryptic, and then, like, we can probably get rid of it with a Spell Snare. So I need to get, like, one of Snapcaster as a natural draw or Cryptic. Okay, this is not good. Reality Smasher? Thought-Knots here. Okay, this is tough. What can I get? Lightning Helix I would fire. Electrolyze I've already played. Logic Knot I would counter. Negate I already have. So there's really no card I care about apart from Cryptic. So I might as well respond to this. Actually, one second. I say that. That's wrong. What I'm saying is wrong here. Because I don't want a Cryptic and then, like, my opponent replay this Chalice for one. So we're gonna, like, just let our opponent look at our terrible hand, and then we're gonna try and get a Cryptic for Chalice, and yeah, we can get rid of this Thought-Knot later. Yeah, Opt is gone. That's fine. They know the main problem is they know about Snare, so, like, they won't Chalice for one most likely. But yeah, right. So keep Cryptic Command mana up. Wow. Okay. That was very unfortunate. Okay, they knew we were gonna draw, right? Yeah, well, that was unfortunate. Right, we're gonna take the damage here because, yeah, I think the damage is fine. Like, if we Cryptic Command, we want to, like, counter bounce. What is this? Oh, it depends what they resolve. Is this like a Ballista for 4? For 2? Okay. Let's Descanta here. Cryptic Command? Yeah, we'll take that. Any order. Alright, now we want a Cryptic counter. If they have a land, this is really awkward, I guess. But if they don't, we're in insane shape. Right. The way my opponent played land suggested that yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of snaps and spell callers on the bottom. So I kind of want to shuffle our deck here. Even though it's going to be a tap line most likely to not take damage. So we're going to get a Hollow Fountain tapped. No. There's nothing I want to play with Opt, so I might as well just pass here. I want to see what my opponent does first. Alright, they're gonna move to combat. I guess we can opt here. Spell Queller is good. Here I could like take the damage and go to 6. 6 is not that much because they still have Smash in their deck. I'm gonna take the damage here to have access to... Actually, no, why do I take the damage here? Like, if I have Cryptic Command, like, I can't cast it. I think I can take the damage one last time, and then after that it's over. This is like my last damage. Okay. Okay, so now they have Chalice, but they're not playing it. Logic Knot, okay. We might, like, die with, like, the cards in our hand. Which would be frustrating, I guess. Clique is okay. We might have to do... We're going to probably Clique ourselves, because we don't want the second Spell Snare, and it incentivizes my opponent to run out their Chalice out. So, yeah, we're going to... Yeah, we're going to Clique ourselves here. Choose ourselves. We could double flash, but that seems bad. Because like we can like get a lightning helix off this, right? Yeah, we can get a lightning helix off this. Yeah, so spell snare goes to the bottom. We draw another clique, sure, or a lightning bolt. You know, like yeah. It looks weird to target ourselves here, right? So our opponent might dismember here. If they do. What we can do here is we can Spell Queller this, and then there's not really a target for it. So yeah, that seems pretty nice actually. Right. Okay. So we're gonna Spell Queller Dismember, and then we're gonna double block. Because that, yeah. Yeah. Then Dismember is going to be allowed to come back, and it's gonna be awful. Right. So opponent kills both. That's fine. They might Warping Whale, but we have the Spell Snare. Although I would rather keep that for the Chalice for 1. Alright. So our opponent can cast their Dismember, but there's no target. We draw a card. We have Path to Exile, which is good for later. Seagate Wreckage. Right, so they should play out their Chalice here. Yeah, so we counter that. They didn't know about Spell Snare. That's why they just ran it out. They should also run out their cards because they have access to Seagate Wreckage here. Colonnade's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My opponent might have Ulamog. I'm gonna actually like draw step just to make sure. Because we have tons of mana, so and I want to make sure they don't like Ulamog me. Right. Cool. Right, there we go. Card we can counter, so let's get rid of Ulamog here. So they have Karn and Unknown. Yeah. We could have also let the Ulamog resolve, but I have this Iskanta. We have some time. Actually, yeah, our opponent couldn't cast Ulamog, so maybe we could have left them have it in hand. But they're gonna like draw into a land eventually. Right, so my opponent goes for Karn here. Which we will Logic Knot? 1 second. Have we played Negate yet? We haven't played Negate. Oh yeah, no. The Negate got exiled. We haven't played it, but 1, 2. I guess I can Logic Knot this. It's pretty much. Then we want to lose the Tarn. Okay, 1 is okay. We can just Force Spike this Karn. Right. Now we want to search. I'm also going to stop playing lands in case our opponent has Reality Smasher. Dear God. Well, at least we're not drawing any of those 4 lands, so it's not that bad. Let me think here. I'm gonna activate Colonnade and attack here. Puts our opponent under pressure, and we're not like dying too soon. Like we can like, if they have Reality Smasher, we can like Askant a path. Fodnot's here. Okay, this is harder. I guess we have to Path to Exile in response to that trigger. If that Reality Smasher, we're okay, so it's fine. Right, so unfortunately we draw a card first, but we get to see what the card is. If it's a land, then I'll probably just play both of these, to be honest with you. Yeah, just play both, it's fine. Yeah, just Lightning Bolt you. Right, there we go. All in response. That's what this deck is. Right, Crumble to Dust. They're not... So, against Tron, I like boarding in Surgical, but they're not on Tron. They're on Eldrazi. So, like, they have a lot more middling cards that they can cast. So, Surgical is not as good. We still want Stony. Settle is actually pretty good against them. Rejections. We don't want the spell. Stroke is good. Geist can be good, but I like them more on the play than the draw. Ghost Court is like the card you want. We don't want to... We'll figure out which land to cut. You want Crucible, because then you can, like, Ghost Quarter / Field of Ruin Crucible. Wear Tear gets rid of a Chalice. We have Explosives also, but, like, Explosives is super bad in other spots. So, yeah. It also, yeah. Okay, so we don't want Negate against Eldrazi Tron. Search for Scanner is worse because they have Relic and, like, ways to kill the land. Electrolyze is pretty low value, as is Lightning Helix. Like, it only kills really Reshaper. We can also cut a Bolt. Snare gets rid of Chalice, which is super key. Doesn't get rid of much else though. Like sometimes they have Mind Stone, but paths are really important. Spell Queller is pretty good because you can get like a Fodnot's or a Chalice. Like there are cards like Ballista, Chalice, etc. that you can get with it that are really good. What do I like cutting here? I don't want to cut too many bolts because like it does answer Reshaper well, and like sometimes you do want to be aggro. Clique is okay because there's still a Tron deck fundamentally. We have to cut a land, right? We cut a lot of red cards, so we'll cut a Steam Vents. Because we added a Ghost Quarter and Crucible, right? So what is our deck looking like now? We want the Wear Tear for sure. What else could I cut here? I could cut like another Bolt. I could cut a Snare, even though they have Chalice. Like Snare only gets that, so I think we'll limit ourselves to one. Like it's such a bad. It's not a very good card in the matchup with that exception. Like you can get Warping Whale, I guess. Right. So we're probably going for a mana denial plan, and like they see early turns like just stop what they're doing, and later like mana denial because like they have Cavern of Souls, so you really need the mana denial plan. Right, we have Rejection, which is pretty good. We're probably going to get a Steam Vents. Because we can then Lightning Bolt I may not Lightning Bolt a Reshaper right away, but I guess the permanent comes to play untapped anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll keep 2. Our opponent did mulligan to 5 game 1, which obviously gave us a huge edge. The problem with this hand is we have no disruption if they Tron us naturally. Dragoless. Relic is good here, though. Relic's pretty good against us. Yep. What do I think of a Dragoless with Rafts, the 4th Crypting, and Gearhulk instead of the Quellers? You should play Blue-White Control then. I would not play the red version of the deck if you're going for that. That's just my view. Like, Hangerback. They boarded Hangerback, Spellsnare's good. But let's think for this one. Rejection is really good. I don't know. Like, just Lightning Bolting this might actually be the best line. I'm just gonna Lightning Bolt this Hangerback Walker. Like, yeah. Like, I'll trade for some stuff, it's fine. I'd rather bolt it. I could have pathed it, but we're never pathing that card like this early, so... let me think here. I think we want the fetch land, because we can get like another Hallowed Fountain. And then we have access to rejection plus opt, but we don't have to do it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hangerback is actually okay. I guess it's okay. Like, it's a threat. I'm okay with it. Our opponent should relic us first. I'm okay with losing the bolt. That's not a... Okay, well, that's fine too. They have to draw with that. Okay, so we're getting Foptered. If they go for Cavern, we get like wrecked. Except Spell Queller breaks Cavern, which is great. Okay, we're gonna go for Opt first because we want to fetch. Like, it stacks one card, I guess, but yeah. But it has more info. Like, what happens if I get another Opt? Okay, so that's actually a lot of info because I have a lot of white sources now, so I'm less tempted to get more white. I might get a Sacred Foundry and then play the Island. Yeah, Sacred Foundry, play Island sounds good. Still disguises how our hand. It disguises the texture of our hand, which is good. I'm gonna snap Opt if nothing happens. I think because we have a lot of interaction. If I had less interaction, I might not, but yeah. Sadly, we can only play one interaction spell this turn. Next turn, we can play two. I'm not gonna ambush this Fopter. Right, so. Right, Waste is good for us. It means Path to Exile is going to be stronger, and it means Field of Ruin is also stronger. So here we're going to... We could Spell Queller this, but I like Rejection here because they likely have removal against us. Actually, that's actually pretty close. Spell Queller does put pressure, but then, yeah. Spell Queller puts pressure, and it's a hard... Yeah, and Rejection's basically a hard counter. My opponent might have Dismember, though, and that would be awful. I don't want to take the risk. They waited a turn. Let's not take the risk. Right, so... we have two islands. Let me think here. I want to represent Cryptic, but I don't want to do so at the cost of life. We can only play two spells anyways here, and most likely one. I'm gonna play the Plains, I think, here. I just pass. Because like we can play any two spells that are not... we can play like Snare plus one of Snapcaster and Queller. We could play Colony there, but I don't think that's correct. It does tell my opponent I don't have Cryptic. That's maybe... Yeah. The early turns you might want to have two counter spells. Like what? Yeah, there we go. Cavern. So now our opponent names Eldrazi. We really need to draw Field of Ruin quickly. Okay, that's interesting. They do nothing. This is tough because Snapcaster is basically a hard counter. I don't think I want to opt with Snap. Let's try. Okay. If we play Colonnade, same options. So we're gonna just play Colonnade and ship. Hopefully they don't have a Reality Smasher. Yeah, the Cavern's awkward, but we haven't... Yeah, if you don't draw your, like, Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarters, like, that's what's gonna happen. Field of Ruin would be great here, though. Like, get rid of this Cavern, and then I have tons of hard counters. If I get Crumble to Dust, it's a harder sell, though. Map. Map is hard. Because my opponent's been having mana issues. I think I have to let the map resolve, though. The end step, okay. Maybe, I don't know if that was right. Now we can go Queller plus Mage. We'll play this island. That's fine. I might be forced to like snap opt at some point. Especially if my opponent gets Scavenger Grounds. 1 second. We're gonna stop on opponent's upkeep. What did they get? Cavern number 2. Okay, well I can't stop Cavern number 2. Right. Worm. Okay, so they're gonna go. We're still keeping our paths, so Worm isn't that bad. We just got a bit unfortunate on the stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's not counterable, that's fine. So now I have to snap up, basically. Oh yeah, they don't attack as a colonnade. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have to like snap opt. Dig. Yeah, top. Right. We're gonna have to like go cryptic tap most likely, but we'll see what happens. I might also like cryptic bounce after blocking. My opponent might have Dismember, then I can spell queller the Dismember. Do I want to take damage here? Probably not. Let's just play this Flooded Strand and pass. Like, tapping is probably more powerful on average than just like bounce. But then like bouncing allows me to Snapcaster. My opponent has 5 cards though. Like they could easily resolve something horrific. It's pretty risky play. Like tapping is pretty safe. Actually, it's not that safe because I think I can take 1 hit to 6 here, or actually no. I'm gonna go for the bounce play. Like we need to take some risk at some point. Right. We're gonna get a basic island. We could return the worm too, I guess. Yeah, returning the worm is probably better. It forces my opponent to do the exact same play, so it's not so bad. Gives us like a card, yeah. Okay, we draw Lightning Bolt. We really want to draw like one of our 4 Path to Exiles at some point. Right, so my opponent's most likely going to play the worm again. I did not realize that it was vocals. Right. Oh, Eldrazi? Oh, this can't be good. Whoa, this is big. This looks large. Endringer? Okay, well, Endringer we can bolt eventually, but yeah. We can't qualify this. We can double bolt this if we get lucky, though. I guess we lost the bolt, so we can't, because I'm pretty sure I put the 2. We have 1 more bolt. Endringer is a problem. I guess I can just attack with Snapcaster Mage first. My opponent blocks, that's great. They shouldn't block, like, ever here, of course. We're gonna return this before it starts causing problems. Yeah. Like, just repulse is good. Right, we have opt. Okay. Because of our hand, I'm going to take some damage here for our mana, and we're going to hope to draw finally into a path. Oh, bouncing snap. The problem is like our opponent's like pretty constrained on mana, right? That's like why I'm doing this. Is like they can only play one spell a turn. So bouncing a creature is like very powerful. Yeah. It'd be nice at some point to like, you know, draw into something. Okay, Chalice for 1. The nice part about this is we can just spell queller this Chalice and there's not much that can, you know, like it just gets countered and that's it. Like, yeah. Because it comes back as Chalice for 0. It's just gone. They can recast the Eldrazi, I guess. It blanks my snare. That's fair. It also, yeah, this is actually the biggest problem is like this Fodnot Seer. So like you can see like I might have screwed up that sequence because if I spell snare the challenge, and I can spell queller this Fodnot. So yeah. I don't really want to opt. I think if my opponent's going to take opt, that's kind of fine. It's not, yeah, like if it's the card I want, I think this is fine. Like, let my opponent take opt if they want to. Because I don't want them to take, like, the card I'm going to draw off it. Because I don't have mana to cast it. If I did, maybe, but yeah. Not being able to apply pressure is really frustrating too, but yeah. Yeah, I should have used Snare. Lightning Bolt? Okay. Lightning Bolt was not a card I would have thought of taking there. Well, bottom that. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is nice because it means like that we can make it so that his stuff is counterable. And we have path for his worm, so that's actually pretty perfect. We're gonna Ghost Quarter, play Ghost Quarter. We're gonna, let me think. I think we attack with cool. I don't really care. Like I just need to buy time. I think like 2 damage can be a lot, but if my opponent dismembers my snap, then it's kind of tough actually. I don't like attacking here, but I do like making sure my opponent's Eldrazi's are counterable. That's much nicer. Right. Oh, yeah, that was just strip mine. Now what we need to draw is, what's it called? Yeah. Worm we can path, so it's not a problem. Like, we can just path to exile a worm. And there's less worms in my opponent's deck than... Right. Right, that's fine. We're just gonna path this worm coil. Right. That's why I'm okay with this, is like my opponent has less worms in their deck than they have. Right, okay, so now I might have to start attacking though. Logic Knot's pretty good. I'm gonna attack with this Colonnade, I think. I need to tap the Sacred Foundry. Yeah, then I have access to 2 counter spells. I think that's fine. At some point we want to attack with like Colonnade and stuff. I'm okay with a double block on Fodnot and then like having access to Logic Knot and Spell Snare. Yeah, like our opponent's Eldrazi-tron, so you know, Worm is not that bad. Like I don't think Worm is that great. Like Worm is really good from the Tron decks against the Blue Whites decks because like you can't only keep so many paths. But and the red versions like can only keep really 1 because they have all these like burn spells that they'd rather play. But from the Tron side, like from the Eldrazi side, like I keep all 4 paths because my opponent has like Smasher and stuff. Like I have to. Right. By the way, I really did not like Eldrazi Tron when I ran it. I cannot like less recommend a deck in Modern. Like, I know that sounds savage, but yeah. Okay, this is Reshaper. That's fine. That can resolve. Right. So, yeah. At some point, I have to like kill my opponent. Snapcaster makes me not want to attack because I can snap half. So I'm probably gonna just attack with this Spell Queller here and like incite my opponent to do a really bad attack later. Yeah. Yeah, Snapcaster, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Snapcaster Cryptic is a plus like counter backup is a possibility, which is kind of unreal. Right. We might want to snap Path, that said. Okay, so my opponent attacks with Reshaper here. I want to just animate, colonnade, and block with this, because we still have counter backup with this stroke. My opponent like dismembers it. Yeah, they do. They might have Ballista here, but then we have we still have a counter spell, so it's fine. Oh yeah, the main deck Chalice. Sure, that's fair. Yeah, I still think it's a horrible deck though. Like, look at my opponent's mana base and like what are you trying to accomplish? Like, I thought Mind Stone was by far the best card in the deck, by the way, for that reason. Okay, so Ulamog? Really? Wow, my opponent hit Ulamog off that land. This is bad. I mean, we can counter it, but yeah, still, this is not. Thank gosh we can counter it, actually. We're probably gonna stroke it. Actually, okay, so yeah, this is actually a tougher call. Like if I want to stroke it or not it, because not gets anything. But if my opponent draws Relic, then not is super bad, and I don't want to like make my Snapcaster much worse. So I don't want to make my hand worse. So we're gonna just not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. X is 1. So we're losing Colonnade and the Flyer. It's okay. Not much I can do about it. My opponent gets their Chalice for 0 if they want. I don't know, like... That probably advantages nobody. Keep it in exile. Right, so Scalding Tarn... That can get us the basic Mountain. I'd rather not, though, because we still have 2 Fields of Ruin in our deck. Here I want to Snapcaster Cryptic, mostly if I can, but we'll see. I might Disdainful Stroke too. Like, how many lands do I have left in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I still have 11 lands left in my deck, so yeah, so far okay, I guess. Collis Eldrazi. Good to know. My opponent should definitely attack first. This is game 2. I need to rush a bit because like the clock is like super low. And my opponent's definitely gonna be much better on the clock than I am with the decks we're playing. What is this? Why wouldn't you attack first? Unless this is Reality Smasher, you should just attack first. Right, so here... I'm gonna like Snapcaster Cryptic. Because that gives me the most options. Like, no matter what, this Cryptic command is going to get something and, like, kind of tempos out my opponent. I could, like, Snapcaster, bounce my own Snap. But we still have 2 more Snaps in the deck, and it kills this, you know. Yeah. Haven Dilling Cleave, that's pretty nice. Not that we're casting it this turn. Right, so now they're not running into Cryptic. I'm going to just fetch a tap basic. Tapped Hollow Fountain here. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. I could like... I can return one of the lands or this Fopter. Let's return the Fopter. We drew a Clique. Okay, we have Wear Tear. Right, so we're just gonna F6. I can kind of get anything with the cards in my hand, so I'm not gonna Vendailing Clique right away. Because I might want to like snap Cryptic and then I'm like left with 2 mana, so yeah. It's actually, I don't know what's in my opponent's hand. This is actually a pretty long game. Okay, so they still have this Endringer that they haven't cast for 1,000 turns. I'm gonna like stroke it because I'd rather cast a Clique this turn than snap Cryptic, but yeah. I mean, I will snap Cryptic if I have to. Ballista for 2? Okay, that's much more interesting. We have Cryptic command, so I'm gonna go Snapcaster, counter, return snap. Cryptic command. Yeah, so counter target spell, return target permanent. Counter, return. This way we keep our opponent off balance. Right. Have to exile, that's okay. Yeah, eventually we'll be able to Vendilion Clique. I'll probably Vendilion Clique myself since my opponent's low on cards. Right, Power Plant, sure. If we draw Field of Ruin, I'm probably going to get the Secret Wreckage off the board. What is this? Yeah, so we want to Snapcaster, Disdainful Stroke this one. Where was like for Chalice, really, so... Yeah, okay, well... Ballista for 1, we can snare that, which is great. Our opponent's down to 1 card in hand. It's not a land. I'm going to Vendilion Clique myself and get rid of this wear. Our opponent might have like a big spell left, but yeah, let's just get rid of this. Right, so... Well, if they have a big spell, we are down on cards, so yeah. The deck Eldrazi-tron has reach because they have multiple ballistas. Right, so they're down to... This is their last card. Oh my god, it's Karn. Yeah. Although, we can beat Karn since our opponent's dead. Oh, they exile this? Okay, that's a harder... That's a lot harder, because since they exiled that, we might have to just kill the Karn. Okay, so draw a card with Seagate, Wreckage. Please don't be too good. 4 is okay, I can live with 4. 6? 6 I don't want to live with. 6 is not a world that excites me. Okay, well... We're going to play Spell Queller, and we're most likely going to path this, but I could just draw a card first and see that. I can just, like, draw my card. It's not a problem. Like, I have a ton of mana. We have Cryptic? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can't, like, Cryptic bounce. Like, I still have Ceremonious Rejection anyways. So now we want to path this. Right, now we attack with the Karn. Yeah, so should we have clicked our opponent? We got rid of a Wear Tear, so it's kind of tough. Yeah. Our opponent declined to lose by minusing the Karn. So whatever they draw, they can just play. Smasher would be probably the most awkward one, since... Actually, I can counter Smasher, it's not a problem. I can counter the Smasher... there's nothing I can bounce. I could bounce the Snap, I guess. What is this? Dismember. Oh, that was actually really nice for us. I guess... I don't want to... I think this is fine. Let's let our opponent die. So they draw Seagate Wreckage. Okay, they have Tron too. But they don't have Ulamog anymore, so that's good. Okay, so... Map... Let me think. Map can get Scavenging Grounds, and my opponent hasn't played a land. Right? Yeah, because they played Dismember. I think I'm going to have to just accept that map. Cavern is on Worm. Right, so... Oh, Crucible. Well, it's a bit late, but it's fine. We can get rid of the Seagate Wreckage, at least. We have Ghost Quarter in our graveyard, so we can start making sure that less nonsense happens. Actually, our opponent could get Graveyard 8 with the Expedition map. But I think at this point I just want to like make sure our opponent just can't get... yeah, we have no bolt. No bolts in the graveyard. We still have 1 bolt in the deck. Right, so here our opponent... It's weird that they didn't sack their map here. There's no reason not to at the end of turn, I guess. Oh yeah, we won. I guess our opponent drew air. Okay, we're 2-2. Let's play for our play points back and a treasure chest of joy. Although the treasure chests have been mostly sad. Mostly treasure chests of sadness. Okay, so join match. Okay, we're on the play. Probably against a French person with that username. We have to mulligan this head, of course. The second one is more awkward. We're on the play. On the draw, I would keep this. On the play, this is super risky. I think we have path to gain some time, and these are also good. I'm gonna keep because, yeah, I'm a mad person. But we also have opts. Like we can hit one of 28 cards, so the odds of like hitting aren't that low. And like if we don't get there, we still have path. It's not awful. Although if my opponent is on Scape Shift, then this hand is just game over for me. Oh yeah, burn. Okay, if we hit a land, this is great. Please hit land. No land. Oh my god. We are in a lot of trouble if we don't hit a land, but yeah. I prefer the blue-white control list over this Jeskai tempo list, for what it's worth. Right, so we didn't play a land, so now this Goblin Guy might not attack. Swiss Spear, sure. Yeah, bolt to me, that's fine. Right. I think you still attack with Guy here, but... Okay, what do we get? Scalding Tarn. Excellent. Excellent news. Let's get rid of the Swiss Spear. And then we're going to get that basic mountain in our deck, which works so well with that cryptic command. Basic mountain, and we want to helix this guide now, because then we don't want to get skull cracked. I think that's a good way to lose this game. That now should be very hard to lose because of helix. Yeah, because we were against burn, we actually are going to potentially win this game because we have lightning helixes. Boros Charmers? Yeah, sure. Okay, so we want a Spell Queller, but we also want a Cryptic later. I guess Snapcaster needs 4 mana, so I'm okay with just going Colonnade. As soon as my opponent taps at Bloodstained Mire, I am probably going to Lightning Helix. Like sacks it, sorry. Negate main, it's like a necessary evil. You want the effect in your deck. Oh my god. Well, we have Cryptic, thankfully, to bounce it, but yeah. Our opponent should... If they have Skullcrack, they shouldn't do anything here. Oh, this is brutal. We have Cryptic, though, so it's not so bad. Shrine would be worse for us if we didn't have this Cryptic. Okay, so... Okay, Monastery Swiss Sphere is fine. Yeah, because I want to go Cryptic, bounce this. Right, so... What I'm probably going to do here is play Snapcaster Mage, targeting Lightning Helix, and not do anything else. So... Because like that way, if my opponent has the Skullcrack, they kind of have to hold it, and if they do, like if they have Searing Blaze, I can kill this, so it's not so bad. Like I can just block here. Oh, they still have the mana for Skullcrack, so yeah. Right, so they go for Searing Blaze, which kind of expected, but this is actually kind of nice because we can Lightning Helix the Swiss Spear in response. And then, yeah, we take the damage. That's okay, though. Then this Shrine's at free. Free is okay. I'm gonna, like, Cryptic Command at end of turn the Shrine, or Lightning Helix plus Queller. We're gonna get a basic island here. Right, Shrine's at 4. I think that's okay. Like, if the Shrine cracks at 5, which is with the maximum if they with 4 mana, 1 mana spell. Okay, Rift Bolt, that makes sense. Right, so now I want to get a basic island. And we want to go for Lightning Helix here. Essentially because Lightning Helix allows us to force out a Skullcrack from our opponent, which we can then Queller. Once we Queller the Skullcrack, we can then bounce the Shrine with a Cryptic Command. Okay, so they didn't bite. That's all. That's unfortunate, but it's what it is. We'll see what happens here, though. I'll play the Sculling Tarn, and we'll pass. Yeah. I'm probably forced to like Cryptic in response to the Rift Bolt. I'm probably going to counter the Rift Bolt and bounce the Shrine, to be fair. So my opponent should stack it so they add the counter to the Shrine first. But this still like prevents the most damage, so we're going to go for this line. Right, okay, so now we counter and bounce. We're going to take a lot of damage from this, but yeah. Counter, return. So we're going to go to 8. Huh? Wait, what? Our opponent allowed that? That was weird. Kind of surprised, actually. Right, we're going to get here a Sacred Foundry since we have more than enough blue mana. Okay, they Boros Charm us. We can't really do much about that. Lightning Helix? Okay, we're gonna like Helix now. No point in waiting, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Our hero mistapped. What did I tap wrong on? You know, 1 second. He's like really annoyed that I got a third, but he knows who I am, so that's a bit, yeah. I think this might be Loic Le Briand. Excellent. That's what I want to see, more annoyance for my opponent. Yeah. Right, so we want to return the Shrine end of turn here. Am I going to GP Leo? No, I live in Canada, so less likely to want to go. Okay, so here we can Lightning Helix, but I don't think it's that great. I could also Shrine Bounce, but that's also not great. There's not really many good options here, but I do have to attack my opponent at some point. Land is okay. They might be stuck with like Searing Blazes. Yeah, they're just like waiting on their Shrine. That's fine. I think they're more mana constrained than I am, so. Right. Opts? Well, that would have been good earlier. Okay, so we're gonna just pass. Yeah. Just a 5, yeah. I guess that's what they want to do. Is just Shrine us out. But okay, we're gonna go Snapcaster Helix here. Since the more important part outside of Cryptic is it's like cheaper, and it puts more of a clock. So yeah, so my opponent's I'm gonna Lightning Helix, and then my opponent's just gonna take it. Searing Blaze the Snap for 1. Do I care about this? No. My opponent, like, could easily... Let me see. My opponent's at 9. No, because I mean, it's kind of tough, because if I go for Queller, like... I think it's fine, yeah. Let's... It's pretty bad against land drop, but yeah. Like, Path to Exile here. This kills Snap. I want to put some pressure at some point. If my opponent like lightning bolts the Queller, then you know they bolt the Queller or lightning helix, I guess the Queller. Yeah, we need to like tap out our opponent and hope to draw into Snapcaster or Cryptic this turn. Opt bottom half. Okay, well. Yeah, the Shrine is really good against us. I could have like cliqued ourselves. Yeah, we're just losing to all this nonsense. I think we lose to... Okay, so... I guess we want to get rid of Bolt the most, because it's the cheapest effect. Yeah, the Shrine untapping is awkward. Yeah. I don't know, like... I could have like tried to Cryptic the Shrine earlier, but yeah, our opponent correctly is just passing and building their hand. Yeah, that Shrine has completely crushed us. Oh, they got a land too? Oh, jeez. Wait, they're at 10. Oh, second Shrine? Okay. I would have pathed us. Well, we can clique ourselves now. Oh, the rune? Well, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, we'll concede. We want Stony, Celestial Purge. We want to probably cut a path on the play. The spell's good. This thing on the play. Wear Tear. Explosive's okay. It's versatile enough. We don't like... cliques are bad. Search we can cut 1 at least. Snare's good, bolts are good. I think I want to cut at least 1 more path because like lightning bolt is really good, or is good enough in most cases already. Maybe purge isn't that good. Like what are they boarding that I care about? Yeah, okay. We're on the play. We need to keep up. We're gonna cut a land post forward. Actually, we don't even want guys stuff after. Let me think here. Whoa, logic knots are bad. Sorry, those should be out. So that. We also have the number of Stony Silence and Explosives, of course, but they have less creatures. So we want to board... Purge is like pretty versatile against a wide variety of cards. Wait, guys, surgicals. We'll keep free paths. Like, we still need to kill our opponent's creatures. And we can bolt... Yeah. Not sure what else I would want anyways. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay. Keep. By the way, if you ever wanted an argument as to why Shrine of Burning Rage might be good, that game was like the argument right there. Why no Logic Knots? It's pretty expensive, like... It's pretty expensive, and like the first turns involve like pretty, yeah, like you don't always have 2 mana, and it's just a counter spell. I get like negate kind of does mostly the same thing. What happens here? Are you just gonna suspend Riftbolt? Goblin Guide, right? Okay. Field of Ruin? Okay. I could explosives for 1, but I could always do that later. So I'm just going to keep up Plains and Negate, I think, here. Yeah, Plains and Negate is good. Electrolyze is okay, it just cycles. It deals some damage. Swiftspear, sure. We have like an explosive, so we can deal with this later. I'm probably going to negate whatever this is, to be fair. Okay, well, I'm not. But we have our explosives, which is super nice, so that's good. Right, so take the damage, and we're gonna... Right, okay. Oh, we can play the mountain here. Right, I'm gonna just play explosives for 1 and then pass, since there's not really much that can happen to me here. And we can wait for, like, the attack. Obviously, our opponent shouldn't attack with Goblin. Why would you attack with a Goblin guy there? More info, I guess? Okay, Geist. I'll have to just crack it, because that's just too much life. Oh, Boros Charm. Thank you, somebody. That would have been good before. Yes, I played that super bad. And I also... I think I'm tired today. I don't know why. Yeah. I also have 6 through my turn, which is another superb play. Okay. I'm a bit too tired, I think. We all have our off days. This is mine. Yeah, Boros Charm, of course. I should explosives right away, and then there's no Boros Charm, and I'm at way more life. Opt, okay. We're not at much life, and I have no real way to come back, so... Yeah, I played that super bad. I'm basically just dead now. Like, if I had explosives, then I would not have taken, like, 14 damage. Lavamancer... How am I coming back? How am I coming back? I don't think I can come back, I'll be honest. Because, like, my whole deck is designed for 1-for-1s. There's no mass removal in my build, so yeah. But that was really stupid. I mean, the F6 is whatever, but yeah, that was just dumb. We took, like, 10 damage we shouldn't have from this Boros Charm. I guess, like, yeah, 6 damage at least. Right, we're gonna let this resolve. I'm basically dead. I can't even, like, Cryptic, so yeah. Like, I have 6 through my turn, which is obviously horrible. But yeah, I also totally screwed up. Okay, Rift Bolt. Yeah. Yeah, if I had cracked the explosives, then the Screaming Lavamancer would have done nothing. I'm basically dead. I can't even, like, Cryptic, so the game's over. I basically have to Spell Queller the Rift Bolt, and then I lose anyways, so yeah. Okay. Okay, so I fell asleep on that play. I didn't think about stuff. I don't know why I was so tired today, so I'm sorry about that play. The 2 matches against Burn, I like made 2 horrible misplays. The mistap on mana and the and that. I don't know why I was tired today, so I think I need to get a good night's sleep tonight. That was just embarrassing. I'm really sorry for everybody who was watching. Like, you didn't get to see the game developed as it should have, and that's literally not cool. So yeah, like, because I'm playing bad because I'm tired. I'll just look at the list quickly, like what I would change. Played against Burn twice. I'm gonna try not to have that, like, affect my decision too much. Felt like I was just not putting pressure. We were flooding pretty hard, so I guess we could cut, like, we could cut this Crucible of Worlds in this field. Add Helix. Lightning Helix is actually, yeah, just maybe too important. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like Geist in the main. Like, it's just not, like, it just doesn't work in your game plan most of the time. It's just like, basically Geist is a card that like has not aged well because like you can't like put the tempo that you want to as much. Like, what do? You tap out on turn 3 and then your opponent like wins, basically. Because like, that's the problem, is like you have to tap out for this card, but like you have to deal with what they do. So like, if your first 2 turns are like perfect deal, then your Geist is probably not going to be good enough. And that's what happens a lot of times when I played like combo decks, etc. against like the blue-white decks, is like they go for Geist and I win like the turn after because they tapped out for this Geist. I lose against like non-tap out plan. But yeah, okay. So 23. We could put a Clique in the side and an extra Serum Visions main. Yeah, turn 5 though, like, I don't know, like, you might as well just have these instant speed threats. One Serum Visions is okay. I like, okay, so the cards that are like a little more cuttable. I like the 2 guys in the 75 though, that being said. Probably wouldn't cut these. I like Surgical if you're playing Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter, so. But like, yeah, I think it's a package deal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like if you're playing Geist of St. Trap with Noble Hierarch, then yeah, for sure you should play it. That's great. But like, I don't like tap out turn 3 and like, yeah. Let me think. If you're like, I don't know about this Settle the Wreckage. Probably not very good. I think you want that effect. Let me think. Felt like Timely Reinforcements would have been good in a lot of our matches. Like against Eldrazi Tron, would just have bought time. I liked it. I think Timely is a good card. Because you can like easily manipulate your life totals. So if you're against a creature deck, it's basically like get free 1/1s, which is pretty good. You probably don't need the Ghost Quarter, to be honest. But I like the... So then the Surgical becomes more of a questionable card. I like the Crumble. I think if you're like not playing Ghost Quarter, the Crumble's important. And then Surgical's okay. I want higher impact cards though. Probably want this card. This card's cool. It's a bit slow and you don't, but like when you resolve that card is just insane. I think this is really good. Then we need one more card. Is there like another Fred I could run? Something sweet. But yeah, I think Jeskai, like, okay, I played the game's bad, but I think Jeskai is still like one of those overrated decks in Modern. Like, Secure the Waste is interesting, but that's more like for the control build. Let me see. I guess like a mass removal spell of some sort, like Anger of the Gods is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree that this is like the most overrated deck in Modern by far. Yeah. I honestly cannot recommend it. I think I played the games badly for what it's worth. I think that was like some of my poorest play on stream, like this month, like for the whole month. So you can take that. So take that with a grain of salt that it needs. But like this deck was already pretty old, like 4 years ago. So like, why is it better now? That's my problem. Is this deck has just not aged well. You're like a tricolor deck that takes damage, so you're like okay against aggro, but maybe not that great, and like you're still like semi-weak against combo. It's just like I find this deck to be like really bad personally. I think there are better blue decks if you want to be a control deck. I think there are better tempo decks. Like if you want to be aggressive, like I think the shadow version, like the blue shadow decks are way better. I think if you want to be like creature based with Spell Queller, that's totally fine. But I think that the Bad Nightfall is better. If you want to be control, I think blue white is better. Or Call Against Command. So yeah, like when I think about it, I'm like, regardless of the reason you would want to play Jeskai, there is a better variant of the deck at every stage. If you want to be control, there's blue white. If you want to be more aggressive, you can play like a Bad Nightfall deck. If you want to be more tempo, then there's Death Shadow. Like, no matter how I look at it, like this deck is just worse than the other options available at every point you would want it. So, no, because like this is what I mean. Like, okay, sure. So like, let's say you wanted a clock, right? That's okay, but then don't run this deck. Run Death Shadow. If you want a clock, run Death Shadow. If you like want to be a control deck, then run blue white. Like, just pick the strategy. Like, there's like. Technically, like, decks that can, like, decide their strategy are super powerful, but the problem with this deck is the cost to do so is you take damage from your own lands a lot of the time, and you also have to play spells that are not necessarily good in a bunch of matchups. And you need, like, quite a few things to go right, plus you don't have any, like, severe card advantage, right? Like, your biggest card advantage engine is Snapcaster Cryptic, and you need to, like, hit lands. You need to hit creatures. You need to get everything on time. So yeah. I think it's fine to have a middle ground deck. I just think that Grixis Death Shadow is way better at being that middle ground deck. I think that the Grixis Control. I played Grixis Control. I thought that deck was way better. I actually thought it was way better than this. At like even like tempoing the opponent out, just because you have like Call Against Commands and like you lock your opponent out of the game. So I honestly so like. I want to be as fair as possible and say I did not play this deck well, which is weird. Like I played this deck before, etc. So it happens to everybody to play badly. That's okay. I'll just accept it. I lost my play points to it. That's okay. But like think about it, right? Like we lost to Burn with 3 Lightning Helixes. Like I think I cast 4 Lightning Helix and lost to Burn. Like isn't that like enough of a sign that like something's probably wrong with the deck? Like, if you draw your best card in a matchup and still lose because your opponent has, like, a plan against you that you can't deal with in Shrine of Burning Rage, like, that's the problem, is, like, this deck just doesn't necessarily deal with everything you want it to deal with, so, yeah. Yeah, I cannot, like, I would say that, like, this is one of the most played Tier 2 decks in the format, and it shouldn't be played. This deck should see almost no play, except if you like Snapcaster Mage decks. I think the reason to play this deck is... You like blue decks that go at instant speed, but actually then you should play Grixis Control. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like Grixis Control is just the better version of this deck. Yeah, I just cannot recommend this deck at all. Like, I think you're better off running any of the options I've enumerated. But yeah, that's okay. That happens. So before I turn off the stream, on Thursday I'm running a community deck. So this would be a good time if you had suggestions. I'm definitely going to put As Foretold Living End on the poll because it's been like second place both times. So I definitely want to keep it on the poll. But like if you have other decks that you want to see played, this is a good time to let me know in chat. So yeah, like if you want to see me play like a deck. Nothing that's been in the sheet so far though. So like anything that I've already have in the sheet is probably just no touch. Right. Tomorrow I'm running Green Black Tron, so yeah. And then like on Thursday I'll run the deck. Eldrazi Taxes I already ran. I believe I ran that 3 days ago. I ran it on the 30th. Company Counters I ran literally the day after. So yeah, there's a lot of decks in Modern, but like not like infinite. Somebody suggested like Scred Red, which I would rather not play, but if people want me to play it, I will. Yeah, Amulet Titan, same. I would rather not, but if you want me to, I will. I can't think of like I can like look up decks that have been popular recently. Yeah. Lantern is planned, yes. I'm gonna make a poll on Twitter for sure, but like I need to make a poll out of a number of options. Shahili Cobra is actually a good one. Shahili Cobra is actually a good suggestion. Let's build this poll while we're on stream. So we want Foretold Living End. We want Shahili. That deck is really hard, but it's cool. Affinity I've definitely played. Like if it's like a major player in Modern, most chances are it's either planned for or I have run it. Shaylee Cobra is good. Yeah. So far I have as for Olivia and Shilly. I need like 2 more decks. Let me see what people have suggested to me on Twitter. Might take a while to find it, but yeah. As for Goryo's, now we play Goryo's Vengeance. I don't want to run like the same deck basically. Like I don't want to run like 5-color Shadow if I can avoid it because I already ran kind of Grixis. I know those decks are different. I really understand that, but yeah. Aetherworks Marvel. I have not seen a Aetherworks Marvel list, so I still need a deck. Twinless Twin? Well, no. Like there is a Splinter Twin deck, so I have run Breach, which are similar though, so I don't know how useful it would be, but I could put it up maybe. I did not like the blue-red Breach deck. I'm starting to not like these Snap Bolt decks. I haven't found a Snap Bolt deck I was happy with, I think. Apart from... Actually, one second. Was there a single Snap Bolt deck I was happy with? Grixis doesn't run Bolt. Grixis Control, I don't think it ran Bolt, but I might be wrong. Blue-red Breach I did not like. Yeah, I haven't enjoyed Snapcaster Bolt decks in this format, so... And yeah, I am a lover of Snapcaster Bolt, so yeah. Yeah, I thought the Breach deck was maybe a bit better than Jeskai, but I thought both decks were bad, so I think like not playing either is the correct approach. Like if you go to like a serious tournament and you're playing like Jeskai, I think you're losing percentage points compared to like playing other decks. Trying to find like, cause yeah, like suggestions are limited. The only deck I would recommend less than this is probably Eldrazi Tron and yeah, like Eldrazi Tron and Dredge were worse than Jeskai Tempo. I can actually rank the decks for you like once I find the decks too, since yeah, that might be interesting. I'm gonna like probably write an article on like my on the experiment and what decks I would recommend and stuff. I played Eldrazi Taxes. I know the white Taxes deck is a bit different. I really like the Tide Hollow Scholar. I thought Tide Hollow Scholar was a super well positioned card, especially with Thought-Knot Seer. So I don't know which deck is better, to be honest with you. But I thought the Taxes decks were like tier 1.5. Like I don't think they're like the best deck available, but I thought they were really good. So yeah, I thought the Taxes deck were pretty good. I thought they were shockingly hard to play for what comparatively, but yeah. So I'm trying to find like other decks. Amulet Titan was another suggestion. Elves I have run. Tron I have run. 8-Rack. I haven't heard 8-Rack in a while, but I had a few people ask for it, so This is probably a good time to intervene. Like, oh, there was also Bring to Light Scape Shift, which is a different like. Okay. Infect I have on schedule. Infect I think is like Wednesday the 17th of January. 8 rack. 8 rack would be really funny to watch, I think. I'm gonna put it on the my friend suggested Martyr, but there's no chance. Just no chance. Okay. Yeah, Martyr proc I just can't. Pyro Prison. I don't even know what these decks are anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go for Living End is Foretold, Shahili, Bring to Light Scape Shift, and 8 rack, since those were like the most popular ones that either haven't had a shot or actually Bring to Light was on the last pull and it didn't do well. I'll put Splinter Twin on. Well, clearly not Splinter Twin, but yeah. We're gonna have a green-black mid-range deck. I don't know which one it is. It'll be like Abzan or Jund, or probably Abzan. I'm less a fan of Jund. Yeah. No, Javier likes Martyr, and we'll get endless flack from us about it. He also likes Trot for what it's worth. So you know, like my opinion is of Javier's likes in Modern is pretty different. So yeah, like yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Tron either, so tomorrow's going to be interesting. I think, like, Tron is fine. Like, Eldrazi Tron is bad, but I think Tron is fine. Tron is totally fine. Actually, Splinter Twin is close to Breach, so I'm going to just put, what's it called? Scred Red, I guess, since that has been suggested. Yeah. Oh, Prison Red. Right, yeah. There is a Prison Red deck. That's the one. I've been suggesting multiple times. I guess I have to. I don't want to play that deck, but yeah. Okay, so I'll put this poll on Twitter after this. Like, I'm going to shut the stream soon, so I'm going to put the poll on Twitter, and you can choose between those 4 decks on Thursday. I want to thank everybody that watched. I'm really sorry I played, like, awfully during the stream. Like, that was just... I think that was, like, one of the worst play sessions I had in terms of actual play, so I really apologize for that. Otherwise, though, I want to thank everybody that did watch. That was awesome. I mean, thank you for like cringing through like basically watching some horrible Jeskai plays. Regardless of that, I wouldn't recommend this deck. I really cannot recommend this in Modern. So yeah. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna like hit day 20, so it's been a while. Yeah, but yeah, thank you very much so much for watching. If you haven't given me a follow yet, this is probably a good time to do so. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, feedback, etc., like you can message me at any time on Twitter, Twitch, whatever. I will let me double check. I was going to upload the last videos to YouTube probably like on Thursday or something. So yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for watching though, everybody. Take care.